What's up, you guys? So tonight we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna do off cam live stream because tonight's live is not about me. It's about Kylie Rodney. It's about adventures with purpose. It's about the pain and agony and care and tenderness that I saw in Nick's face when he came up and took. Oh my heavens! It still gets me. I mean, and that's true emotion. Like I could just see it, like all over his face. I don't know how many of you felt that as well, but I actually was on panel with the lady I was talking to you guys about. Her name is Brooks, and the channel again is Crime Lines and Lies. Um, well, her and I both, like as we were watching, it was just like it was touching in a way that is hard to explain because you truly felt for that man and what he had just seen. And then you go back to you feel for him now. Imagine what he saw down there. And I know that this is heavy, you guys, and I don't know exactly what happened to our beautiful Kylie, but something definitely took place. Now imagine that poor baby. And so when people want to say like, why are you saying this, why are you saying that, I mean, this little girl was a minor. She's 16 years old, just would have turned 17 years old yesterday. And you got people out here that was using her name. And then now, because see, like they couldn't be the hero anymore because there's already a hero, and that's AWP. The people who didn't even want to be the heroes, they just wanted to help families and spread the word and make content so that more people can find out about them so that they can then help more people, train more people, and grow their community of amazing people that can then go help other families, like this Kylie case, for instance. um, the reason that AWP normally doesn't do fresh cases, there's a lot of reasons that they've already explained, but in my opinion also it's all of this chit chat, that goes on and stuff. And I don't think they're a big fan of that, all the like hatred that goes on with that sediment, I suppose. But I'm going to wait till a few more people get in here before I really get into things. I still feel so heavy on my heart, like still to this minute. And that was at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this morning that I watched that bit of footage. I did not watch the whole video because I'm not going to play their whole video. That is their content. I am going to react with you guys while also discussing so many crazy things that can be now linked and explained in a lot of different ways. Like, for instance, I showed you guys that photo that we've all seen since almost the beginning of when Kylie was missing, and we were seeing all this footage. Sammy Smith gave that photo to the news station. And well, in that photo, you guys, I started to notice like the trees and such because Zav Girl had used the trees in other photos and stumps and natural markers to figure out where they were on the map and so on, and like where Kylie was parked, where the party was. Well, there was these three trees that was right beside where Sammy pointed to where she says that Kylie was parked. Then there's this guy that was there cleaning up and also searching for Kylie or for any clues. And his vehicle was literally parked almost in that very exact spot. Okay, well, I started to realize, hey, oh my goodness, we've all looked at this photo a trillion times. But because, Zav hadn't made that video back then, none of us thought anything of it. Well, now that that video's out, I saw those three trees. I realized, holy moly, that really is where Kylie would have been parked. That silver shiny thing most likely really is her car. Why are these kids now turning that direction, running and shocked? Why did Sammy take that photo? Because clearly it's not like going to be on a flyer for her next party. Like, woohoo, look how much fun we had here. Like, there's like poop paper everywhere, garbage, and these kids are just very enamored by something where Kylie's car would be parked, and you can see the silver shiny part, right? Well, we'll go into that. I actually showed that tonight, well, this morning. Where are you going? Oh, okay. Love you, Dad. Anyways, I showed that this morning to Brooks, and she was like shocked, just like me, because she realizes the gravity of that photo and what that could mean. I believe with all of my soul, these children, um, this is all speculation, but if they are involved, I believe they think they're really smart in a lot of ways, and I'm sure they are. But I believe that they thought that that photo would never be put like two and two put together to realize that there was a reason that she took that photo, obviously. And to me, it's like almost like a slap in the face that she sent that into the news, thinking that nobody would notice after she had pointed in the same news like coverage showing where they were parked and all this. If it wasn't for Zav Girl though, and me watching that video, I would never have noticed the similarities, those trees, and where the cars parked in that photo. But we've got so much to go over, you guys. I do want to watch the footage with you guys. Several things. I want to show you several photos. I've got to bring up several new things that have come to light today. And like I said, I have a heavy heart tonight. I just feel, I don't know. I just feel it. I feel that pain still yet, because that's how much pain you could tell was in his heart. The man was literally crying when he came up from the water. Let's see who's here. We've got Miss Amanda Ananda. What's up, girlfriend? How are you? How are you? How are you? We also have Crystal's Chaos, and she says, I think that I think that they thought that they were smarter than law enforcement, and they're sitting back laughing, but they're not going to be laughing too much longer. Well, you see, the car was placed in their win, because the dad in the footage is like, there's no way they searched here supposedly, and the car wasn't here. Well, the car's there now. So, and AWP found it. So was it placed in there after? That's still a possibility, or it's possible they overlooked it. It's just so many things possible, but my biggest thing is, when did they put it in, or who put it in? But so I believe with all my soul, they thought that the searching of Prosser was finished, that once she was put in there, she would never be found. Nothing would ever come up. This photo would never be questioned, amongst many, many, many other things. But if you notice, once AWP came to town, who left town? And then we also saw Jagger's reaction to the documentary that was put out. I mean, I know that the trucker's description matched him to a T, but nobody ever stated any names. And you would just think that he would be very grateful that they found her now, because, guys, regardless, if it was 100 years from now, it ain't going to change what happened to that poor baby. She would still be passed away. She would have still been in the water. To me, I feel that it's much better for them to have the answers now. I know it's not what they wanted. It's not what any of us wanted, but I just feel that I'm super, super grateful that they provided those answers. And I know that they're grieving right now and probably just don't know what to feel or how to think, many of the family and friends. And, everybody mourns in their own way. But I know that in time, they will be grateful that this didn't continue, the pain of wondering and, so on and so on. Now, someone brought up to me how strange it was. First of all, we know that Jagger was an ex-boyfriend, but he led them to believe he was the boyfriend, right? And I've heard that she actually had a new boyfriend named Nate, which we will discuss. I actually have a photo, you guys, from the day that they were there, Jagger and Kate speaking with the media there in Reno. And you notice how they stated that the three of them, and we were all kind of speculating on who the other person would be to make it three. Well, I now know who that third person is. One of my amazing followers, sleuthers, actually got a photo that included the other person, and it's not anyone that we've really discussed. Uh, the name like situation is crazy because there's so many similar names. But we'll get into that further in a moment. Just I got to remember to make sure that I come back to that, so I'm gonna write it down. It's just not what I want to start out with. Um, but maybe I should just go ahead and let you guys know. Apparently, that boy's name is also Nate. It's actually supposedly, allegedly. Um, I know it is a Nate, but see, there's two Nates apparently. It was said that Mag's boyfriend's name, I guess, was Nate, but I'm thinking this is all a little bit of a confusion because I'm thinking that, Sammy dated this Nate, Kylie was dating this Nate, and if the name is correct, he's not a great dude. He's done some bad things, and it was said that he was actually arrested on the 10th. But the other person is this young boy in the photo that I'm going to show you guys here in a minute, and his name is said to be Nate as well. Okay, let's see what we've got here. I want to catch up with some of your comments. What photo? Are you talking about the photo that I was talking about with the trees? Because I'm going to show you that photo in just 1 second. You've seen it many times, but I don't know if you've seen it since Zav's video on the party location and where she was parked. Because we all watched that, or hopefully we all watched that. If you haven't, I definitely recommend you go subscribe and watch that video. Zav puts in a lot of work, Tiff. And that video is just really, really like absolutely amazing. And I can't even tell you, like, it could actually help in a lot more ways, maybe even that we don't even know. But that photo that was released by Sammy to the news station, we all saw it. Ryan Upchurch had drawn the little lines and this and that on it way back when. Well, I have an explanation for that photo in somewhat of a way. Also, Brooks and I come up with the theory of what may have been actually going on, but that is a theory, it's speculation on that part. However, I can prove to you that that has to be Kylie's car because it's exactly where Sammy says it was parked. If Sammy told the truth about where it was parked, but considering the reaction of all these children, like you got two running with their mouths wide open and everybody's like, whoa. Yeah, and I know she wasn't taking that photo because she wanted to use it for like, hey, look at my parties, they're awesome. No, that photo was for some other reason, in my opinion. Let's see. So I will show you that photo in just a moment. Bear with me. I believe she was in down there because in someone's live, one of the guys from AWP were there and they were asking him about the clothes. Okay. I don't know that to be true or not, but it's absolutely possible. You could just see raw emotion on Nick's face. You can't fake that. Absolutely. How many of you, after watching that, still yet feel for him? Like, not to say, oh, well, they brought me down. No, I'm not saying that. I watched it because I wanted to watch it. I wanted to know things. I wanted the some type of closure in my own sense, I suppose. I guess it's just I feel so bad for him, and they go through that every time they find it, but this is a fresh case and they don't do many of those. So I imagine that this was very traumatizing to him, and it being his first case with AWP, especially a big case, something that's like on the national news all over the world. Okay, I already read that one. And then Crystal says exactly. Crystal says, Jared said that if things don't go a certain way, they have 2 videos that they're preparing to release. Right. What he's saying is if it goes in the direction they believe it's going to, like a criminal direction, they have way more to share with us, way more footage. And I find it absolutely amazing. Not only did they find Kiely Rodni, but they brought us so much evidence and like stuff that fills in so many puzzle pieces. It's insane. They are more than heroes, and they do an amazing job. I mean, congrats to them. Thank you to them. I am humbled by them in like a massive way and extremely thankful, like I said, and grateful. Now that is a true they are true role models. They are people that we should be backing. They are the people that should have millions and millions and millions and millions of followers because what they do, it's unique and it provides a unique service that helps families, all kinds of families. Any family in need, and you don't need to have money for their services. Um, at times, even they help the families with the funeral costs. They don't need rewards or anything like that. In fact, Jared stated that they've only ever accepted one because they don't want somebody to give them money if it's not like they really want to and they're able to do so. I guess in one situation, a reward was offered and then they drawed it back like literally the night before or something. Insanity. Some people are just dirty like that. They say they want to do this, they say they want to do that, they want to help, they want to donate, they want to put this up, and then the honest truth is they really don't, right? Though Mag's boyfriend, let's see, thought Mag's boyfriend was Ross. That's the name I heard, right? So that's what I'm saying. But they were getting that confused and saying Nate was his name. And I remembered that Nate was the boy that apparently Sammy had dated. And then they stated, actually, Kate had confirmed it if Kate is telling the truth. Because honestly, after watching AWP's video and doing the panel over on Crime Lines and Lies, I actually feel now that she's pretty sus too. Like all of them are very suspect because they're all been playing the same card: distraction, trafficking. Let's go to Reno. Weird things. And I actually gathered a new notion, you guys. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments, please. Okay, you remember Miro? Well, here is my opinion. These kids, if any kids were involved in this, right? They're watching Ryan at church, doing his thing, going like crazy with all these thoughts and conspiracies and so on. I was following him with the Ronnie being strange. I was following him with, and this video is not about him, but this relates to what I was talking about there. But anyways, he was doing all this stuff, bringing so much attention, and what better way to keep the distraction going if they mess with Ryan? What if one of the boys that could be involved, possibly, allegedly, what if they were doing that to further distract away from Prosser? I started wondering that, because he was going in that route with things like kind of wild, like he went from things I could really see to blaming YouTubers like Ickadmill with really crazy accusations. And anyways, I just wondered that. I wondered because before I was wondering if it was the other way around or something, or maybe if he had that done. But what better way to keep the distraction going? Because each of them were doing the same thing. And also a girl mentioned to me, she said, if he was the ex, or if he was her boyfriend or whatever, or the ex-boyfriend that still loved her and cared about her, it's weird that he would say, oh, I know she's alive and well, I ain't worried, she's okay. I felt that maybe he would say that because he was at ease, because he knows something we don't know. He don't need to be looking for because they know where she is, possibly, allegedly. But yeah, so what do y'all think about those two things there? For example, Data Funk, he goes by Ross. His real name is Nate. Okay, see, so his real name is Nate? Alrighty then. So that is a weird, oh my geez, this is crazy, because also apparently Sammy was tied up with a Nate at some point too, you guys. Craziness, crazy. I wonder if it's all the same guy. Is that possible? And then Data Funk says, okay. Out of the Shadows, just got notification. Awesome. I'm glad you got the notification. I don't know if everybody's getting them. I hope so, because tonight's live is very important. And like I just stated, this is not going to be about him, the rapper. No. This is about Kiely, her case, finding justice for her, brainstorming together. I want you guys, anybody that would like to come up on panel, if you have any comments or anything, please feel free to do so, because I really want to hear your thoughts on everything we're going to discuss. It is deep. I'm going to give you a trigger warning right now. if you are triggered easily, if you have not watched the AWP footage, I do not want to bring it on and cause you any pain in any sort of way. So I will let you know that, we will be looking over that. I'm not going to straight up use their whole video, like without commentating or whatnot. I am kind of going to skip through to some parts also. I want to be respectful to them because I absolutely do respect them, because that's just the thing. They give respect and they get tremendous respect. To get respect, you must be a respectful human. And honestly, I before had my thoughts about Jared, but after the live, I saw him on with Zav, and you know who? I have never respected the man more. He like put somebody in their place in the most respectful way ever without really even saying all that much about it. So yeah, Jared, if you're hearing this, we adore you. We adore the whole team, and we thank each and every one of you. I want to say this to Nick. Nick, thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for the hard work you put in all the time, especially that day. For Kylie, for the family, for friends, and for all of us that have grown to really care about Kylie, and to see that justice is found for her in the future, right? I have one other thing I want to bring up before we get in further. Guys, you know how sometimes like if somebody's guilty of something, if you put them in the hot seat somehow, like you start pressing, they start getting antsy and start making mistakes and start saying things they should not say and acting certain ways they should not act. That brings more attention. AWP, they work side by side, the cops, right? But they don't, like they've said many times, they don't have to to abide by the red tape. Okay, they can do things that law enforcement cannot do. By putting this video out today, and it had that information in it with that description, whether it's him or whether it's someone that wanted to portray him because his hat and all that, it could be very possible. But I do believe that it's possible that it's, whatever. I'm not gonna say for sure because, well, we don't know. But what are the odds that this video, got a reaction from Jagger? Not a good one either, you guys. Not at all. No thank yous, no nothing. Just all kinds of bad words and hatred and, and his name was never mentioned, mind you. But what are the odds that this is going to, like, almost like if you've got something back in a hole and you put a fire on one end, it's going to have to come out the other, right? You smoke them out. You put pressure, and then things begin to happen. Well, police need to get as much evidence, as much everything as they possibly can. And kids like to text and talk and go on. They got all these social media platforms, and I'm sure these kids, whoever's involved, would need to speak with someone. And maybe they're making a lot of mistakes thinking that they're never going to be looked at because, like I said, I don't think they thought that Prosser would be searched again. And then when AWP came, we got one chick going out of town. We got another feller acting real strange. So I do believe that it did put them in the hot seat. And I believe fully that it's possible that they are gathering their case for when the prosecutor has to bring this case before the judge and whoever's there, and make sure that they are found guilty and that justice is found for Kylie, because this is such a huge case. I know they are hopefully taking excellent care of that, because most of the time that's their best end of the deal, the investigation part when it comes to, like little sleuthy things, almost like us. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but I found that to be interesting when we discussed it. Hey, Angela, I've got to figure out how to do what you was asking me to do earlier on Facebook, because I couldn't find like a blocked list on Messenger. Maybe I just need to do it from Facebook itself. I would say that would fix it, but I will get to it. I'm so sorry. Today's been extremely hectic, and I have had like a heavy heart most of the day. And actually, I've almost lost my voice because things just got to me. I don't know if I'm going like through something, getting older. I don't know. But yeah, really emotional today about this stuff. So like I was saying, this could be triggering. Please don't stick around and watch it if you think it could cause you any type of pain or trigger any bad memories or anything of that sort. It doesn't show any like graphic pictures of anything or no gory like stuff or nothing like that. It's just really like a heavy hearted thing, you know? It's extremely sad. It's not the outcome we wanted, you know? But so, hey, TF20, thank you for being here again. And Data, Out of the Shadows with Ginger says, hey, and that she got her notification. I said that. And then Angela, we touched on that. No, they are not the same guy. They are two different guys. Okay, so they are two different guys. All right. All right. All right. I just want to be sure which is which. If we could figure that one out, that would be absolutely excellent because I don't want to put a name and like the title of who they are to the wrong person, you know? I want to make sure that I've got the right guy both ways. But I will show you that photo also, but I still don't know which Nate it is. It could be the D dealer Nate guy that has been arrested a lot, or it could be the other Nate that's a boyfriend to Max. Okay, awesome. Thank you for that. Out of the Shadows with Ginger says, hi, Angela, and so on. If you don't name them, the guilty always give themselves away, right? Yes, indeedy. Baby Girl says, hello. Hello there. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do so if you enjoy my content. Yeah. Alrighty. I'll find both their names for you. I absolutely thank you so very much, TF20. You are absolutely amazing. I appreciate everything you do. Okay, you guys, where should I begin? Let me see here. Gosh, there's just so much. And my blood pressure is like sky high. But I'll make it through, you know. I'm a big girl. I don't want to just sit here and complain so much. Oh, crap. But I'll make it through. Nope. You know, I'm a big girl. I don't Come on. Okay, my other tab was up. Did I get that? I did. I remember I screenshotted it, so I should be able just to bring it up. Okay, let me show you the photo that we'll share who was there with Jagger and Kate when they done the interview in Reno. They stated the three of us. Well, we were all speculating on the three of us. Does that mean you two and Sammy? Does that mean you two and Zanny? I mean, who? Well, we've got a photo of them there at that interview with this boy. So we know who the third person is that's riding around with them. And I'm going to share that with you guys. Give me just 1 second. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Lord. I'm getting a little better at this, but I'm still a little bit rusty at the same time. Again, I am not sure if this is the troublesome Nate or Mag's boyfriend Nate. But here it's a very blurry picture. It was much smaller. I didn't think it would like spread this far. But so here you have Kate right here. And then on your right, closer to my icon up in the right-hand corner, then in the middle there is obviously Jagger, Westfall. And then to the left there by that red car, that is Nate. Now, I am not sure if that is Nate, Mag's boyfriend at this point, but we will find out. They're looking right now. Or there is another Nate that was actually allegedly, I'm going to be looking into it. I've just got to find a good resource to start doing background checks and whatnot on certain things. But there is another Nate that was allegedly arrested on the 10th and apparently has quite a rap sheet. And drugs are possibly the cause of that because, he does have drug charges and whatnot. So, this could be like a big deal, actually. As far as I've not heard anyone else really speak about the little Nate here in this photo or draw attention to the fact that they're not talking about Sammy being the third person. They're not talking about so on and so on. Instead, it's this little guy. Why did he not come on camera and speak? Was there a reason for that? Was he maybe not able to hold it together as much as these two? Because we've seen, like, Kate hasn't said a whole lot. She's pretty smart, it seems. Mags also not said a whole lot. She must be pretty smart, it seems. We had Sammy doing all kinds of podcasts and so on, and yeah, controlling the narrative, distracting, bringing people away from Prosser. Why? Why? What was the reasoning? Why would your first thought be, you were at this party, your friend goes missing. Why would your first thought be to tell the world that you think it's possibly trafficking? I mean, I know you would want them to look into that, but wouldn't you want them to look closer to home? No, not if you're guilty of something or you know something that you don't want to be found. And again, I mean, you're not going to be like saying, you're going to be pretty comfortable in knowing you're not going to be like everybody else, like kind of scatterbrained, because you know where they are if you were a part of it, allegedly. But so yeah, this here is the photo that was taken. It shows there that's the day of the interview when they were in Reno and they're walking back. They caught him in it, and I don't think anybody really noticed. So you got Kate, you got Jagger, and you got Nate. I'm just not sure which Nate it is, but we will hopefully find out before the end of this live. I just don't feel comfortable stating it's this Nate or it's that Nate. I have my thoughts, but I want to be sure. Don't want to give you guys any type of false information regarding someone's, identity. That would just not be cool. Okay, data fence is at the beginning. Good evening, DS. How are you? Thank you for being here. Okay. Data funk, what do you mean at the beginning? Y'all give me 1 second. Let me just go check my messages real quick to make sure there's nothing sent in here. 8+ entities or agencies involved in his arrest. Wow. Did a video about location running, I believe, and it's not that far from, like, oh my heavens, like, that's doxing. Holy cow. But I don't want to talk about that in here, so okay, you have Zanny defending Sammy and Ronnie. Yeah, all right. And we've got to think, we've got quite a few different people that could be involved in this as far as the females and whatnot. You said, where should you start? Oh, start from the beginning. Like, obviously, dummy, right? That's what you're over there thinking. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I don't function well if I'm, like, sad and downhearted. But I've got to keep going. I've got to do this. I've got to help. We've got to bring in these thoughts. Maybe I should start with some of the thoughts that came out in the live I was in today. I don't know. Or maybe we should just start with AWP's live, and then we can move on to that one, and then the photo. What do you guys want to see first, actually? That's what I want to know. Do you all want me to show you that photo again? And then maybe you can be reminded of what Zav showed us, where the parking was, the finger point. And then the other guy's car was literally parked basically right there. Well, this photo, it's literally that same area. It's the same 3 trees and such. And Zav showed us that those 3 trees were very unique, like there was a lot of different unique natural landmarkings, I guess you could call it. So let me try to find that real fast for you guys. I did find out the last time it's easier just to search it online, because when you screenshot it, it just makes it way too blurry. So I'm just going to try to find it like this real fast for you and then share my screen. So, there we go. Images. But how is everyone tonight? How many of you actually watched the AWP video already? I'm sure most of you probably already have. Okay, here we go. Wish I knew how to fix this. I hate how on Google, like, it has like all these things. What is that? What does that do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing, apparently. Oh, wait. No, it does. It frames it up for you. Cool beans. Come on, computer. Stop being a jerk. What is this all about? Y'all, I'm over here trying to figure out what I've done to this poor photo. I've got like this weird little, like, rounded edge, like Google Lens thing going on. Oh my God, is this like a backwards photo check type ordeal? Is that what this is? Insane in the membrane. All right, now Brittany, let's get this zoomed in somehow here. Oh, that's perfect. Except for that white dot. That's pretty good. I think we can do better. Okay, if I could just move that white dot, that would be lovely. You can't. Frig. Okay. Here we go, you guys. I'm going to show you the photo. It does have a weird white dot on it. That's because I messed up something here. KO Durf, yes, twice. Let's see. You said you would start. Okay. Here we go. Share the screen. Don't show this tip again. Entire screen. Now, here is that photo, you guys. Remember me showing this to you guys last night? I showed it to, like I said, Brooks, and just like me, she was like, holy moly, because I'm assuming she's like me, and she slew through a lot of other creator stuff, getting ideas, supporting each other, all of that. These trees back here, right here, then you got this tree. I can go back and do again the comparison to like the picture that Zav shows, because she shows two. She shows the one, like she took a screenshot where Sammy was pointing, and then she has a screenshot of the guy that was actually cleaning up and looking for things, and he was actually literally parked almost in that spot. Well, when she pointed, the car would have literally been like right here where this shiny thing is, right in this area. And look at this, okay? I never noticed this before. This guy here is like totally enamored. You got this person here like running in that direction. You got this guy here actually running. I mean, just so much running in towards that direction. And it was said to me, what on earth? Oh my goodness. What if that's when they were placing? And I do not mean to be too graphic. I mean this in the most respectful way possible, but it could be possible, you guys. I mean, something terrific, like horrible happened to this baby. And I will never like put gory things out there or anything, but they could have been putting her body in the trunk where she was found. And I know that's awful to think about, but it's highly, it could be possible, you know. Oh, I watched it, but it didn't change much. No new leads really. Like to see the tow truck driver footage. That would make a big difference on the last two suspects if we could actually see their faces. Yeah, that would be a big help, DS. Absolutely, it would. 100%. Now, do you guys want me to go and show you Zav's video just to show you the landmarkings, the trees again? I know we done this last night, but I think with watching AWP's video and all of this kind of coming together at the same time, looking at that and realizing that after watching Zav's video. See, before when we all looked at that photo, nobody had seen Zav's live or her video about where the party was, where the car was. Nobody, because it hadn't been made yet, right? We all just thought, well, that's just a party of the kids, maybe not even that party. Well, we do know that that is at the party, and it also kind of just proves that there's not that many people there. We know it's their parking area that you can see the other car on the right hand side, but they were all running in that direction, like something actually happened, and that was Sammy's actual photo. Like I stated before, she clearly did not take that photo for like what do you want to call it, advertisement purposes for her parties, because that party looks like absolute trash. That's, I'm not going to see that photo and be like, oh heck yeah, I want to be there. No, there was something going on. Why did she take that photo anyways? What was happening that everybody was so enamored with? You can absolutely tell. And also we've got parents telling these kids like, hey, be quiet, don't say nothing, and lawyering up and whatnot. And it was also said, you've seen all that garbage laying, that those very parents were the ones that went out and cleaned up for those children. And, you know, I was raised like I make a mess, I clean that. But I don't know, you know, is that true? Did the parents actually go out and clean it up? Or did the kids clean it up? What is that case? You know, I know that there was a lot of locals that cleaned up too. But this is just all things that we discussed. And I think it's really important to discuss it now and just shed light on it. But okay, so we've looked at that photo. I don't see anybody saying that they want me to go back and compare it to Zav's again. But I can, like I said, or after this live, you can just go back to that part of my video, go to that part of hers, and look at it for yourself. But I promise you, it is very alarming, and it proves that all of that, like all that attention that those children have, and it's hard. This is 2022. Do y'all know how hard it is to get that many kids to focus on one thing at the same time? It's very hard. It would have to be something pretty alarming, to get that attention looking the other way or whatever, right? Okay. Now, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and get into it, and we're going to start watching the AWP video together. There was supposed to be a few people come in that were going to come up on panel. I hope that you do, because it will add some spice, because I'm just, my voice is terrible. I'm downhearted as can be. Oh, thank you so much, Out of the Shadows with Ginger. I appreciate that. Yeah, show some love, guys. Make sure you slap a like on the video. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. My heart's in the right place in this, and sometimes my heart gets way too tied up, but to me, that's a good thing, because when you care about something, then you're going to put in maximum effort to do as much as you can, to figure out as much as you can, and that's exactly what I have been doing. I've now been on 2 different panels, to discuss. Like the first time was with Zav, and then the second time was with the crime lines and lies. So yeah, I wrote down some notes too. Let's see, other thoughts. If it was Kiely with Jagger, then maybe he had drugged her, or it was possibly KA or MAG, and Kiely was already in the trunk. Now, you guys, okay, so when we discuss this here in a moment, let's get Britt back in the algorithm. God knows I need the algorithm to work with me. Yes. But if it doesn't, it just doesn't. I'm still just as passionate with 16 people as I would have been with 1,600 or so on, But I do think that this information needs to be looked at. I do think I have a lot to share. Like that photo I just showed you guys actually is very important. Really, it really is. And before, we didn't think anything of it. We just thought it was this weird photo of like a nasty party. Now we know that most likely it's a photo that could be showing something absolutely terrible happening. They were supposed to be fights, but let's just start watching AWP's video. That way I can get into the juicy stuff that we need to discuss. It's terrible, but it's like the meat on the bone that we need to discuss, because it's going to shed a lot of light on a lot of things. And I'm going to do my very best to be respectful, and also not make any accusations, but only speculations. Okay. So if that's Sammy's photo, who was she? Who was she over there with, and why did she take a photo at that moment without flash? Could she even see what she was taking a photo of? I was assuming, like, I don't know, but why did she take that photo? Because clearly it's not for the party's like popularity. It's not going to like make people want to go there. I think, you could see these children. There was light. I'm assuming maybe they had cars, look at their headlights on. I don't know. But you could see these children all focusing on that area, and that was where her car would have been parked. I'm not even kidding. It's crazy. But they could have very well been putting her body in there, or that fight could have been going on, or so many things. But one of them most likely is what's going on. And I do feel that it is a huge piece of evidence that police should look at. Before, we thought nothing of it. And that's how these cases go, right? We all sleuth, we put things together, we watch each other's stuff, we try to co-create. And when we do that, honey, things just start coming together. And I am thankful that I noticed this, because I've not heard another person mention it. And I'm hoping that more people do, because hopefully it'll get back to law enforcement and they can see, oh, wow, so maybe this photo does hold merit. To me, the only thing that would get everyone looking over the same way would make sense to be a noise, a fight, or a scream, or maybe a window breaking. Absolutely, totally, honey. Absolutely. All right, let's get this going, you guys. I'm going to share out my screen again. Let's see. All right, I'm going to start it here. You guys know I'll be pausing in between. It burned, Daddy. It's loud. It's all right, though. Okay, here we go.
What you may have run into.
So my name is Nick. I work at an emergency roadside assistance program. I got a call up in Truckee.
Also, I want to say, if you have not already subbed to Adventures with Purpose, as well as Doug. Doug has his own channel. Doug Bishop is the name. That's what it's called. He is not obviously allowed to use the Adventures with Purpose, content or video footage, but he does do his own little thing around it. Some things relate to what's going on, but I think we should show them all support. Even if Nick, I've not seen Nick the diver I'm speaking of. I've not seen his YouTube or anything. He probably hasn't created one yet. But if he does, I absolutely do think that we should also go and subscribe to his channel. These guys are the heroes, the real heroes, the people that didn't want to be heroes. That was not their goal in this. Their goal was to provide answers. And then you got this other guy who wanted to be a hero, but since he couldn't be because they're the heroes, he decides he's going to be the villain. Disgusting. Let's continue.
Boca for the battery call, so pretty much that means that the vehicle can't start. So
now, you guys, look at this car. I know that it was said before, like the back can hold all kinds of stuff, so on. But I want to tell you, the headrest, like there is no space there. Even though Kylie is very skinny, very, very beautiful, tall, slender, there's no way she could have floated back there. And you can hear it here in a moment. So let's continue.
So I went en route up there, found the vehicle. At the time, I didn't realize that this was a situation until later on. But
I'm going to stop right there. You said you went to Boca.
Yes, sir.
So over near Boca Lake?
Yes, sir.
So not Prosser Lake.
They were heading to Prosser Lake because of intel. They met this guy. His story, seems to check out, and he seems to be very credible. But that is why on the first day, they went to Boca instead of Prosser. Had they went to Prosser, they would have found her that day. But you guys, you got to realize, after this tow truck driver goes there and sees them in this situation, it's so awkward. Of course, they can't put it in there now. So they just, do whatever, talk. I don't know. I'm speculating. And we're like, man, let's just take her back there. Took her back to Prosser at some point in time.
Prosser Creek Lake.
It's right by Prosser Creek.
Yeah, so just north. So you went to Boca.
At first, when I went there, I realized after my test that everything was working great on the vehicle. At that point in time, I did notice that she was very hesitant and very skeptical on everything that was going on. She was asking me really weird questions, in the sense of, how do you put on your seatbelt correctly? And and she asked me to show her on how to connect it to her actual belt. After that, she was stating on how she was there all night and she couldn't get her.
Do you hear that? To me, you guys, I wonder what Kylie couldn't have been in the trunk already. And this is actually one of the other girls. This is speculation, but to me, I think that Kate, could possibly resemble Kylie, especially if that Laura Del Rey hoodie is older and been washed a lot, could be faded and look kind of gray. This is also a man we're talking about, and they're not very good with describing colors. We all know that, women and men. But we know that my child was buckling herself up. She knew how to use the seatbelt when she was 4 years old. That is clearly a distraction. Hey, stay up at the front of the car. Please don't go to the back of the car. And as he continues to talk, that is the feeling that I continue to get. I want to know your thoughts. Once we're through, I'll check back and cover some of the comments in just a moment, actually.
Her vehicle started due to the fact that now we both realized it was in neutral. She was wearing a sweatshirt, so it looked like she has been there for quite a while.
Also, one of my good friends now that has been doing these lives with me sometimes. She comes on, at times. Steffa. She has a Honda CRV. Well, last night, she went out and experimented with her car. And we found that, if you turn the car off in park, But imagine you're frantic, something's going on, you know, this just happened, you got adrenaline rush going on because you just done something crazy. And you also got to understand, I don't know if any of you knew this, these Honda CRVs, neutral is actually above park, and that's very rare. Like, that's weird. So if somebody's not used to that, like, this could very easily happen. Like, say it got knocked into neutral, right? And they didn't even realize it because it's all the way up. All the way up. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, it's all the way up into neutral. And because it was in park when the car was turned off, it won't start in neutral. If the car was turned off in neutral, it would start in neutral. We checked this out. But if the car's turned off in park and it's accidentally knocked into neutral and you try to start it, that's not good. It's not going to start. Well, let's just continue and you'll hear some more. But I needed you guys to understand that about the car because I learned that. And like I said, we also done our own investigation to see if it really wouldn't start in neutral. Now, there are ways, like I said, if you turn the car off in neutral, it can start in neutral. But if it's in park and it's accidentally knocked in neutral, it will not start. Now, please tell me that Kylie drove this car around, right? She would have been the one to know that. And the two that were there had no clue about what was going on. They had no clue.
The wild.
What color was the sweatshirt?
It was a gray sweatshirt.
Was it dark gray or light gray?
It was light gray. Yeah. Also, there was a guy there that was with her at time being. He was wearing a black San Francisco flat top.
Oh, shoot.
However, I just want to make sure.
I also want to state this, okay? We all know who this description matches, but I want to give you guys some food for thought.
On the side.
I want to give you guys some food for thought. What if someone else, maybe another boyfriend or something like that, what if they saw Jagger on the news, that Reno, thing, which I don't think this is the case. I really don't. I have my gut instincts, but I just got to throw this out there because it is a possibility. What if somebody seen him on the news, saw that he wears that black San Francisco hat, looked around like on his photos to see how he dresses, and noticed he wore a lot of, like bro tanks and stuff, and purposely wanted to appear as him, in this situation. It's possible, but I really go with, I feel more for the first thing that we discussed when it comes to this. I hope I didn't go back too far.
It was kind of like they were both kind of at unease is what it looks like for me, like as if either they had a crazy night or a crazy day or there's something going on that I couldn't know, and at the time I didn't realize what was going on. But other than that, he was a thinner built guy is the best way I could put it, with a bro tank, and it was white bro tank. He had some freckles on his face, or maybe it was like
hold on, I want to show you guys something like that goes with that. See, oh, I don't want to mess this one up. I need this in a minute. What's this one? Oh, that one's very important. Oops. All right, let's go to my community post real quick. I just want to connect all the dots that we can possibly connect in tonight's live, and this is important. This right here to me is the thing that also helps with me being like, no, it ain't somebody faking it. Again, I'm not saying it's him. I'm just sharing a photo that he has freckle-like mole acne places beside his eyes. Here, 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 and it's on both sides of his face. All right, let's continue. Let me maybe check your comments real fast. Odd that he noticed freckles. Well, it was such an odd situation, guys. Remember that. You got this girl that is like, hey, I don't know how to buckle myself into the car. Like, that's obviously really weird. Luann, am I still echoing, baby? Sorry, I couldn't see your comments as I was covering all of that. My car doesn't start or turn over in neutral. Right, and another thing I want to remind you guys, these cars have the same type of transmission that my old Juke has. It's that CVT transmission, and those things are awful. Oh, my goodness. Part one. Hi, Brittany. Just got here and heard your thoughts of it being Kate with the guy Jagger with the car and Kylie's body in the trunk. Okay, like I'm not trying to like say for sure that so on. I am speculating my theory on it, but yeah, I mean, what if that's possible? What if she was already in the trunk? They're trying to get her attention. Of course, like that would be so weird. That would be something to keep him up there. Like, oh, I don't know how to buckle myself in. Like just so many weird things. And he'll continue to tell you some other things they done that was super strange. He even thought to call his girlfriend and tell her about this weird experience, guys. So yeah. Let's see, echoes only when playing the video. Yeah, that's because this video echoes for whatever reason. When Brooks was playing it over on Crime Lines and Lies, when I was on panel today at 11:30, it was echoing then too. There's just nothing we can do about that apparently. They had to be acting really cagey for this guy to notice so many details. Yeah, like I'm telling you, that's why he noticed all these details, is because they were acting sketchy as fuck, you guys, like crazy stuff. Thank you, Luann, though I love you so much. Mwah. But you guys, I will be back to, let's see, this was the same thought I had when I first heard this footage. Are you serious, JC? I think we're onto something, because when me and Brooks were going back with it, that was like, she was like, oh my God. So yes, I mean, I think that that's very plausible, I actually want to discuss this in so much depth, you guys, and I've got to be careful what I say. But my original theory is like, it's insane, because it's like starting to happen and it's weird. Because if y'all remember, well, actually, I wasn't doing my YouTube stuff yet, I don't think. But from the beginning, I wanted her to be found safe and alive. But I felt right then and there that it was foul play and friends were involved right away. But let's continue. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Please be sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video. Share, and be sure you're still subscribed. Or if you haven't subscribed already and you enjoy my content and how I cover the cases, please subscribe. So here we go.
Attack me or whatnot, but it was on both sides of his face. He was also a little bit like shorter than me, so I'm 6'3".
In hindsight, you're realizing all of this. When do you think that?
Guys, do not let me forget before the stream ends. I want to look at photos of Jagger, because he's already told us how tall he is, right? And we know how tall Kylie would have been. I want to look at photos of Kylie next to Jagger. I want to compare some different things, because another thing he's saying that, and this other guy that's name I think starts with a B. He's really short, so that's another thing that goes against that theory, in my opinion.
That this took place? Was it before, during the day, after she disappeared?
To be honest with you, it's either right after she disappeared or right before she disappeared. But it was around noonish. Like,
this did end up getting confirmed. It actually gets confirmed a little bit into the video, but the girlfriend remembered because it was her dad's birthday. So of course she's going to remember. It was Saturday morning, guys. That would have been August the 6th that morning. And remember, she went missing. Like, the party was August the 5th, late into the hours that would have flowed over into the 6th, 12:30. But this was that next morning, just as Kylie's mom would have been, waking up, figuring out what was going on and reporting her missing. It's so eerie. So eerie. Had any little thing happened throughout this, I don't know. I just feel like, again, I don't know when whatever happened to her, because I feel that she was in the back of the car that whole time, even during his encounter. So I don't know how anyone could have stopped it, but I wish to God that something had, I wish a miracle had happened. I think we all do,
like 11 o'clock in the morning when I got out to her. During that period of time, after the period, I told her that I was going to leave, and I hope you have a great day. Vehicle, I told her to keep it running for a couple of hours to obviously make sure everything's working good on the vehicle, charging system-wise. At that point in time, then I left, and then a week later is when I saw at a coffee shop that she was gone.
You saw this on a flyer or something?
Yeah, but...
Could you imagine the shock you would feel, because you knew that situation was sketchy as shit. You didn't call authorities. when that happened, because you had no reason to really. These people were just acting super strange. They may have just been really weird people. Like where I live, there's some really fucking weird people. Weird shit happens all the time. And if I called the cops every time, like they would be like, could you please stop calling because there's nothing to this stuff. So I get it. Like he probably thought, well, I don't want to like, it probably ain't nothing, you know, that's the way it is. But maybe we should go more like he should. I don't know. I'm not, and I thank him for coming forward, going to the police, and then also talking with Adventures with Purpose, because had he not, we wouldn't be getting this story now. And I believe that this is going to provoke some things to happen. I think this is going to really put some fire underneath some asses.
Then everything spiraled out of control, and I got in contact with the detective and tried to do everything I could, and then I saw you guys.
Now we know we probably have a tie to Boca, you know, which was already on my radar. You know who placed the call to your roadside company?
So I can't get details. Calls don't go through me; they go through
dispatch. So you don't have. So when you were digitally dispatched, did you call them to say you were coming, or you just showed up?
I did call and nothing went through. It went straight to voicemail. Yeah.
You know.
Now I was told that because the car had like that trying to start but didn't start thing, that it actually notified them, because I guess Kylie's parents had something set up. And of course, when he called, nobody answered because the phone had been off since 12:36.
Oh, she had a phone on her at the time.
She did state that her phone was dead.
Can you guys imagine this too? Here these people are that they've done something terrible. They've been all this adrenaline, everything going on, chaos, absolute chaos. I can imagine if this is the situation. I'm speculating. They have accidentally knocked it into neutral with all of their craziness, and they're sitting there possibly with a body in the back, and they're probably freaking out when he shows up, but also probably glad, because what are they going to do now? They're stuck out there at that other lake at Boca, where they probably were going to put her at first. But then when he sees them there, of course they can't put the car in there now. You know what I'm saying? They thought, well, we'll take it back to Prosser. It's already been searched. Nobody will ever find it. But then AWP comes and people start packing out of town for some reason.
And so she used whatever guy, whoever this was, she used his phone. So that's how she did get in contact.
And what was, you mentioned like, she was asking funny questions and acting weird.
Granted, I at the time I didn't realize again.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in the towing industry my whole life, so you see a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of weird.
Then again, if the female, who I don't believe was Kylie, called, you know, still yet, I would imagine they're freaking the hell out and trying to keep him occupied, you know. But if it was Kylie at the same time, all these things he's saying, that makes me think that somebody's given her something that like really messed her up. I had a girl when I worked at the jail. She'd been out with a bunch of guys and they had her on Flocka. And I had booked her in once before. She was an awesome girl, beautiful, sweet, really smart. Well, this time when she comes in, she tells me, Brittany, I've been out in the hills and I'm all flocked up. And something else, but she was not the same not ever after that, because of the bad drugs. So what if somebody did that to her? I mean, this is speculation. I'm not saying that she took it on purpose or anything at all. I'm just speculating that what if somebody did that to her, or somebody like had hit her in the head or something, because we know that Kylie's very smart, or maybe she was being weird because she was trying to tell him something. These are all theories, but I do truly think there could be like some merit to the first part, like that she could have already been in the back, and this could have been another female, and just
weird stuff, and it's actually pretty normal, you know. So I can see why at the time it's just a normal call.
She kept on going over that, like how do you secure your seatbelt that like firmly and like do it correctly, and that's
when she was asking this.
So
was the guy that she was with right there too, or
on the opposite side of the car?
They stayed on
you could hear the
opposite
conversation
sides,
as well.
apparently.
Every single time the guy would come over to us, she would go on to the other side, and it was just
They stayed on opposite sides. That's another really weird detail, you know. Kind of like they were trying to control both sides of the car to keep everybody to the front of the car, you know. That way they're at the back, the farthest part back to the back, and they can't, like, they're not going to be coming back behind them, obviously. That would be weird, because, you know, you're focusing on the like gear shift, the steering wheel, the start part, and then obviously under the hood, the battery, and so on.
Just like a back and forth, like a tag team. They would say like one person would come over, she wouldn't stay near him, and then it would go vice versa. Or if we were at the front of the car going about the battery and talking about the battery, he was always on one side, she was on another. They were never close to each other.
She was uncomfortable. Yeah, because that screams awkwardness and someone being uncomfortable. And when in that scenario, if he was there with her, he should have been right next to her. If not dealing with you the entire time, and not her. Did she seem high or intoxicated or?
I thought that maybe she was either hungover or just had a really rough day. She looked distressed.
Can you show me on the map where you saw her?
Absolutely.
All right, so we're here in Reno. Let's go down to Truckee. There's Prosser, there's Boca.
Look how
Just
close.
drop a pin on the road exactly where you saw her.
We're at the right place, right? Boca, you come in, you follow this road down. I think that is the turnout right there. Yeah, this is it. And so right there, how she was coming out this way, and out of
Her front end was facing 894.
yeah.
All right. And
Well,
did you
they may
leave
not go
before
back to
her, or
it.
did she leave before you?
I left before her.
Was there anybody else around?
There was
I
people
believe
far
that
back
we
here.
need that.
Yes.
Because I want to go and compare that and find where that is on the map for us.
Did you leave before her, or did she leave before you?
I left before her.
Was there anybody else around?
There was people far back here. Yes. But not near her. No.
Did you notice anything in particular in her car at all?
I mean,
Well, I think it's
besides perfume bottles and
we'll find it. I'll get it in a minute.
yeah, actually, there was a perfume bottle that was in the center console, and that was all that I recall. To be honest,
Did she have anything on her keys at all?
I don't remember.
Did you say that you guys have cameras that could possibly get some sort of facial recognition on?
So we do indeed. We have cameras facing front and rear of our vehicles, as well as that we do have like audio, so we can pick up audio from inside and
Guys, that stuff there is going to be like key. And for all we know, law enforcement may already have it. Like I said, this may be like trying to stoke the fire, like, hey, we've got you. And you got this person panicking and they're going to mess up. They're going to do things and then they're going to gather more evidence possibly. Like I've given you all many theories on this situation because all of that is very possible. And most likely it's one of those things. But let's continue. How many of you have watched this actually already? We're going to look over that in a moment. I got to find you guys. Here we are. Okay. Where's my commenters? Hello, Possum Friend. Hello, Shahid Turner. Hello, JC. Yeah, they were guarding the car. They were making sure that, because if you're standing back here, it's going to be like weird. So they're not going to go on past you. They don't need to. So you're like keeping them. It's almost like herding sheep, right? You're herding them to the front of the car because you definitely don't want them to go to the back of the car. And that's what this sounds like to me. Like it screams that to me. And out of all the women that I have noticed to be odd in this case, I'm just going to leave it at that. You got Sammy. Just saying they're odd. I'm not stating that they've done anything. I'm just saying they're odd guys. So you got Sammy, you got Kate, you got Mags, and then also Zanny Mae. Do not forget that because, after Sammy went on Tony Dodge's live that time and all that hatred come in and she decided she's going to take off, then we got literally Zanny Mae coming in just after that to start controlling the narrative and speculation and possibly causing more distractions and turning people away from Prosser Lake. Is that possible? Like, because she goes out there and it's like, oh, I looked there. I was there. She was literally right over it. It's just so strange. Also, a lot of people did not pick up on the fact that her lip was busted and she had bruises on her arms, which I fully intend on taking that and showing you guys all of that tomorrow and pointing all of those things that I noticed out to you guys because that's what's really sketchy. She says that she fell face first down into a bunch of sharp-ass rocks while out at Prosser. She says it was at Prosser, and that's how she was injured. That's weird. That's really weird. Your face, if you fell, like, you would think it would be a lot more. That sounds like an altercation of some sort, and they said there was a lot of fights, which you all will hear in a minute if you've not already watched this. But if you have, then you can follow with what I'm saying and understand what's getting ready to happen and put this stuff together. It's crazy. Yes, I agree. And then the men, who do we got for men? You got two dudes that are both named like Brian or something. You've got young Jagger, who's odd. These are odd people. And then you got Ronnie or Ronnie's two cousins. If that wasn't just fabricated for attention and views, I don't know. But if it wasn't, then that's fucking sketchy. Like why were you watching that much and paying that much attention to that young girl? Or is it because of that photo I showed you guys and something crazy happened and the cousins also saw that? So I don't know. We'll just see, I guess. Let's continue. If you guys have not already watched this, I am going to tell you to be prepared because it is very heavy hearted. Like there's a lot of really weird stuff. I'm going to skip through some things here in just a moment that, aren't like key because I don't want to exploit their video, which I know most of us have watched it, and I'm doing it in fair use. Like we're commenting on it, we're talking, we're discussing. Also, let me check. Has anybody wanted to come up? Oh, come on, StreamYard. Oh, nope, that's the wrong link. Look at me. I think that was actually Brooke's link from earlier. I saw it up. All right, no one's up here. Okay, cool beans. Now, I do have the link. If you want to come up on panel with me, I do have that pinned to the top. Tonight, we're doing no cameras, so you don't got to be all fixed up. All you got to do, and your voice don't even have to sound good. I mean, listen to mine. It's terrible, but I'm still here, still trying to, find justice because I do believe, and I felt the same way from the beginning, that something terrible happened to this baby, and it was people she trusted the most and thought was her friends, in my opinion. And maybe some other people that weren't her closest friends, but people she was associated with. It's just insane. Zanny Mae Super Sketch. Zanny Mae is at least 38 years old, possibly 40. That's old to hang out with those kids. I would absolutely love if Zanny Mae would come on and clear some things up on my channel. I promise to be respectful. I won't call her Zanny Mae. And I do believe that my audience would be respectful because I do have some questions. And if she's not involved and would like to get this all cleared up, this could be her one ticket to doing that, maybe. Because, there are coincidences and such, but I do feel that she's sketchy. And if she wants that to be gone and she wants to continue to live like a regular life, considering how big this case is, I feel that that's her best bet. And I think I'm the perfect person because I'm like one of them resting bitch face people that have a big heart and is actually like the nicest bitch you'll ever meet in your life. And yeah, so I'm throwing that out there, Zanny. I promise to be respectful if you do. I have a lot of questions for you, like truly. I would imagine if there's anything going on there that you would not accept my invite if you were involved in any way, because I would sniff that shit out like instantly. I promise. But so yeah, there's that. Let's continue.
Outside of the truck. So we did have that, and I'm guaranteed. My vehicle is facing directly towards her. So, and
also another thing, like I was stating about that footage, I hadn't realized exactly that we were going to get front facing of the vehicle. You got back facing. You got the audio. There's a lot of camera angles that company now has in their database, and hopefully law enforcement already has it after he went and told them all of this. Surely to God.
That's how I normally do it for my protection.
What's the window you're giving us of when this happened?
Either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I believe. Because weekends I usually cover trucking. So.
Oh no! What did I do? Jesus! Look at me. But what I was going to tell you guys is that he's a man, of course, right? And this was actually resolved. Like we know the time frame.
Sophie, if you can make tacos, you can make a website with Bluehost.
Anyways, like I was going to tell you, they actually nailed it down because he had called his girlfriend, like I told you guys. Thank God he did, because Saturday was her dad's birthday, and so of course she remembered. It was Saturday morning, which was the morning after the party, Where were we? Back and forth, someone scream. What's this? Because, yeah, that screams awkwardness. Okay. Hungover, someone, boba. Oh, there's that. The pin of the road, which I was curious about, but I'll get that later. We're going outside of what we normally do. Starting where we know that much work was put in. I'm just going to go through a Boca because taking life 16-year-old. Boca and Prosser are all within the 10-mile range. After attending the party at a campground. Okay, let's see. Let's start
at a campground. We are learning tonight that a new group of volunteers are coming from out of state to help find her.
Everybody just wants the same outcome. It doesn't matter who finds her.
40 to 50 feet offshore. You could easily conceal a vehicle right in here.
Doug Bishop and his team is ready to join the search for missing Truckee teenager Kiely Rodni.
We all have one goal. We all just want to find Kiely. I've just located in the corner of this cove here a target that I cannot identify. We're also talking about a vehicle that is not going to come up the way a vehicle would if it had been under here for 10 years. Based on the height, it's not anything. I don't care how it gets done, they just want it done. Hey, Nick.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was just doing a test to see if a vehicle did go down in here, if they had cell service to call somebody, because we're not far from where she had to call because of the apparently couldn't start the vehicle.
Right.
So
I also want to bring this to everybody's attention. They did have footage where they had contacted the family, the phone call and whatnot, but out of respect for the family and at their wishes, they did not include that in this footage. But you will see that that was the father there, and they did follow the proper steps. It all is really that all of that stuff is resolved with this video. I'm glad they put it out when they did after all the speculation come out. We had, a famous dude kind of throwing shade, but then sucking up. It's just so strange. That was just behind where Nick's serviced the car allegedly. Now coming up along 894. Tragic accident regardless. All right.
It's knowing that someone is taking your life versus
I love Doug.
I'm
He's
in
so
an accident.
relatable.
It's quick and it's just different. It's a lot different. And I hope that if that's how this is ended, it's an accident versus at the hand of somebody else.
What would you want to say to Kiely tonight?
So sad.
I love her so much. So many people love her. And we're all looking and we're trying so hard. And I'm so sorry we haven't found you yet, but we're not giving up and just hang in there, sweetie. This will be soon for you all.
Intensifying search for a missing 16-year-old California girl who vanished after a campground party. Police are treating this as a possible abduction.
Investigators believe someone knows something. They're asking anyone with information to come forward.
When you miss a loved one or a friend or a community member and you don't know, it's a nightmare. I don't want to find her.
Guys, keep in mind, I did tell you guys this could be triggering. It's very, 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 very heavy-hearted content that's important, and it holds a lot of value. And it does echo, guys. I'm sorry. This happened, like I said, on the other channel earlier today as well. I did see one of the AWP guys clarify on a stream somewhere today. The first call was to Neiman relatives, which says Kiely's mom, sister-in-law. Yeah, they contacted someone from each side. They done what they were supposed to, and actually they contacted the family before they ever contacted law enforcement. There would be a lot of encouragement on Truckee law enforcement to work on passing this as an accident due to it being a major tourist town. Yeah, they really wanted to go the accident route, but I think most of us knew that it wasn't an accident. I think most of us knew from like the very minute we knew this was something very terrible. Like we all talked about the body language of these people doing these media discussions and such. Like it was very Chris Watts-like in a way. And I think that this case, even after it's solved, I feel that it could be discussed for a long time because it seems that there could be a lot of people involved in it. If not in the act itself, in the act of covering it up, or in the act of keeping the knowledge of what took place and not coming forward. And if that can be proven, then that's not good, you know? Okay, let's see here. Jagger is very odd to me. I seriously doubt his alibi. It was his father, I reckon, that gave him his alibi, right? Hello there. Everyone, just hello. Thank you so much for being here. I hope I didn't miss your comments. I just wanted to jump in real quick and just see what your thoughts are so far on what we've discussed and what you've seen. I want to make sure everybody's okay right now. Because I care about you guys and I love you. We are a family. This is still the MCF family, and actually, we may be back fully soon as the MCF family. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah, I watched when it was first released, and they spoke to family before anyone. I can understand not wanting that on a video as family, though. It's very shocking. Exactly, absolutely. As someone who has lost a child, my son passed away from neck. He was 9 days old. Turns out it was from the formula Similac. And actually, I have a case going against them because they knowingly used cow's formula in a formula that is literally for babies like mine that are twins and very small. And, you know, obviously their bowels cannot process bacteria. Well, here's the thing. I was breastfeeding. I did not tell anyone to give them formula. The nurses, and I know they were doing their jobs, they said that he needed the fat content, but they were adding that without ever asking or anything, you know. And I know it's not their fault. They did not know that was going to happen or whatever. But the company making all that money, you know, for babies, you'd think they'd care about babies before they would make a baby product, especially something that's that important. And actually, I don't know how many of you knew this, but my lawsuit, as well as a few others, is the reason. And it's not our fault that there was a shortage, because that's actually their fault. They knew this was coming, and they made a deal with WIC to be like the main people so they could make more money. And they became like the brand that WIC started to use, right? So that's their fault. They knew this was coming because they knew they'd done wrong. They knew that we were finding out. I just found out this year. My son passed away almost 11 years ago. My daughter will be 11 on October the 6th, 2011. And my son passed away on October 14th. I can tell you the times. It's so weird. They were born October the 6th at 8:27 and 8:28. My son passed away on October the 14th. I think that's 9 days. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Yeah. So October the 14th, and he passed away at 8:18 p.m. I mean, I just found that to be 8:17 p.m. because he was the older baby. Yeah. But I just thought that was so weird, just how that lined up. But yeah, so I went through a lot of tragedy. So when I say that I was mourning a lot, like when I was creating before there was so much, and my dad had just tragically passed away literally around the same time the Watts case happened. Like my father passed away on September the 10th. It was the third day of my daughter's second grade. And it was, I think it was on a Friday. Yes. And it was awful. It was horrific. We came home, and the whole situation was still there because there was a yellow jacket's nest in the ground near my father's body underneath a lawnmower. And these pieces of shit did not go down and do anything because of that. And I threw a fit. And of course, stuff started getting done because you just don't do that. I had my daughter with me, had no phone, so nobody could contact me to let me know this had happened. I drove into it. One of the neighbors down the road that's a horrible person broke her neck trying to tell me. And my daughter and I, we were traumatized for a very long time. Could not drive home that way for a very long time. Then my siblings, it's just a long story, and this is not about me, so let's get off that. But I do know what it's like to lose a child. However, I have no idea what this is like. But now my daughter is growing up, and I can take that pain I felt. Then I can imagine, because I worry about stuff like that all the time. I am so protective over my child. Mothers judge the shit out of me. I can't help it. I know what it's like to lose a child. I know how easily that happens and how quickly it happens. It's like this, you guys. 1 minute you're the happiest in the world. You got all your loved ones. The next minute it's gone. But I could not imagine this. I could not imagine this. And my heart deeply goes out to that mother. I think that she's just really mourning, and this is not what she wanted to be the outcome, of course. And yeah, I'm just so sorry to her and the rest of the family. But AWP did reach out. I think that she doesn't like the camera and stuff, but that's how they're able to do this. If they did not record this for other people like us to view, to become members, to sponsor, to do this and that, then they wouldn't be doing what they're doing, and we wouldn't have this now unique way to find people. Nobody else was doing this before. They started doing this, and look how far they've came and how professional they are. They're the first of their kind, and they're just doing flawlessly. Normally the first model isn't nearly as good as the second, third, or fourth, but the first model, which is AWP, is the best. I mean, they are like just amazing, and I'm thankful to them. But like I've said before, I do understand. I really do, the camera and so on. But I love you guys so much, and I just wanted to share that and just check in on you guys, because like I said, this is super heavy, and the heaviest part is getting ready to come up. So like I said, if you have not watched it, be prepared. If you're easily triggered, you may not want to watch it. I won't be mad. I don't want anybody to watch anything that could cause them harm or upsetness or depression or anything. I never, ever, ever would want to do that to you guys. So it's coming up. I love you guys. I'll be back to talk more. If anybody would like to come up on panel and watch some other things with us, or give their opinions or thoughts or theories that I don't have, I am absolutely open to that. Everybody is welcome to their own opinions, just, being respectful. That's all it is, and common sense. So yeah, let's continue.
I want to be able to clear all this water and be able to tell the family she's not here. She's not here.
That was, I think, the area of interest. It looks like there's no way you could get the vehicle in there.
So we're here at one of...
Hey there, real quick. This is Kevin
Sorry about
McCloskey,
the commercial.
editor of Concealed Carry Magazine. I'm here to tell you about a great event from the U.S.
I'm going to have to get my YouTube.
Here at one of the ponds behind the shopping center, and as we can tell, there's not hardly any access whatsoever for a vehicle, plus it is extremely shallow. We're here, the ground is a lot harder, so the tire tracks are a lot harder to see. However, we can see tire tracks clear as day. You got a tire track right here. Look at this. See that? Those are tire tracks. We also have, equipment there, trucks during the day, probably workers. Whether or not we can see tire tracks, it doesn't matter, because I can see out at least more than 100 feet. You can clearly see the growth. And the pattern in the growth, the vegetation, nothing's been changed. If a car would go in, there'd be a path, and a car's not going to go that far out right here. There's no path. There's nothing cut. You could launch a car off here, though. It's just, you're not going to hide it right there. Saturday, August 20th, we're at Donner Lake, Truckee, California. We can see a lot of visibility. I can see the bottom. I still can see the bottom. Wow. We can't see it on drone. So right here where it stops, it drops off significantly. So if it were to come in here, it's going to make it, this drop is a big drop. So it's going to keep, if it went in here, it's going to keep going. We're not going to be able to see it.
Although the team could not say specifically what brought them out here to Donner Lake, they are concentrating on the boat launch and the area surrounding it.
4 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet, 16, 17, 19, 22 feet, 26, 30, 42 feet, 50 feet.
50.
Wow.
We're almost there.
It gets deep quick.
It does get very deep. 75 feet, 80 feet already.
Oh my goodness.
93 feet, 105 feet. I'm going to change my
You guys
scanning
seen that. We know it was 55 feet, so-
Either way, to
Just let me
compensate
out,
for the
would have
depth.
been there.
117 feet deep right here, 142 feet.
Okay.
Use some vertical in and out patterns.
Sure.
So they're searching. What, baby?
Are you on those two?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. There was this girl on here. She was saying that you kissed Ryan at church's at 8.
That's okay. Block her.
And I said,
Have Daddy block her.
I already blocked her.
Okay. That's all you gotta do. Don't respond to trolls and haters. We don't do that. Tell Daddy not to.
That made me mad as crap.
It's okay. Don't be mad. We don't care. The people are going to say what they want to say.
And she was saying,
We do not respond to that. We've learned that.
where y'all are from are up churchers that kiss Ryan up church's a-hole. So I blocked her for the whole entire thing.
I was a fan, but I don't agree with that, and I'm not going to continue. I'm not the type to. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it today. Don't worry about it. Wish you hadn't seen that or heard that at all.
She like spammed
I'm sure you heard Daddy.
That's what made me
All
mad.
right. Here we are at Prosser.
So you turned your pickling skills into a small business. Now what? You grow your audience with constant contact and build your...
Yeah, thank you so much. Of course, a lot of questions, as you did mention there, and a big one is this dive team was able to find her. They went out there this weekend, found her pretty quickly, while investigators searched that area and haven't found her. Have they responded to say, I guess, why that is?
They know what they're doing. And I think the car was down there later, possibly. I've got to say something too after Sadie brought that to my awareness because she found out from her papa. I guess he was upset. I'm sure he didn't tell her, but my kid's getting older, so now she like stands up for mama. But here's the thing, you guys. You all can say whatever you want. You can make claims about me. You can say this. You can say that. I once was a supporter of Ryan Upchurch. I really was. I actually supported him for 5 years. So you can understand that I found it absolutely absurd that me and a couple other close fans or whatever reach out to him just to check in and be like, hey, this ain't cool. And he didn't like that. He don't want to hear that he's wrong or that something ain't right. Not willing to accept that because that's a narcissistic pattern and, you know, whatever. But here's the thing. You guys are welcome to your opinions. However, let me ask you this. How can you support what was said after watching this video? If you have not watched this video, I highly recommend that you do. And Ryan Upchurch should absolutely watch it as well. This video here is not about Ryan Upchurch. I will make another video about him because I've got a lot to talk about and I've been sent a lot of stuff. And actually, a lot of the other former fans who are creators and who are into this case have contacted me. Because at one point in time, my name held some merit here. I had a larger channel. I'm just growing this channel up. I've just started back. And here's the thing. I'm easy to talk to. I am smart. I am okay with other opinions. I'm not an asshole. I can be. But there's no, like, I don't have to, you know, respond to you. Like, you are irrelevant to me. Okay. I'm living my best life here. I am doing better. I'm doing wonderful. I am doing something that I have a passion for. I don't have to do this. You see, this channel is not monetized. Yes, any support helps because my ultimate goal is to one day have a beautiful pink van that my family, and also parts of the MCF family, those that I trust, can travel around and actually help families with cold cases, with needing to get media attention on their missing person or their mysterious death in their family, whatever. I want to get out there and help. I would much rather be doing that and making that content than to have to sit here and, you know, like deal with his nonsense like we have had to do and respond. But yes, I wanted to make sure I took that, made videos because he deletes all of his stuff. He don't want his future possible fans, which he's already ruined that. But yeah, this is going to stand till the end of time because I've done it in the proper way. And I know y'all don't like that now there is a digital pattern to show what he done and how awful it is. When somebody does something that is wrong, there are consequences, and there always will be consequences, you guys. And just because he's rich and famous, a rapper, whatever, that does not exclude him. He may have contacts in the TBI, the FBI, his local this, that, whatever. That is irrelevant to me. I do not care. A lot of people are in with cops and such, and that just says a lot too. What are you getting by with? Like, I thought you were this clean person that does nothing wrong and such, whatever. But I don't want to talk about him anymore in this video. We can discuss that tomorrow, or maybe the next day, because tomorrow's video will probably also be about Kiely. Please be respectful and understand that this video is to show these heroes here, these heroes, the actual heroes, not the villain, and to support them, to spread awareness for them, and to spread awareness for Kiely, to hopefully find justice for Kiely. We're actually talking about scenarios that are very likely because we're looking at things that have been put out there. Yeah, I realize that there's not a lot of stuff, but a lot of that actually could go back to Ryan Upchurch and his harassment of a lot of these people. Because he's such a big name and has such a big following, all the people that were involved the other people that hadn't spoke yet did not come forward because they didn't want to be harassed or defamed or doxxed or all of those things. So please remember to be respectful because, honey, I don't have shit to say to you. You will not be responded to in the comments. You will be blocked, actually, because I don't need you. I don't need your subscription, and I don't need your bullshit on my channel because this is my channel and it's my rules. You're not going to be disrespectful. This video is about Kiely and Adventures with Purpose, and also crime, lines, and lies. I'm going to be showing some of her footage, also some photos, and Zav Girl. But mostly, this is justice for Kiely and to just support these people, asking all of you to go and subscribe to them, to become a member, to comment and share this with other people who maybe aren't into YouTube like we are. That way they can witness this unique service, witness these amazing men, the sacrifices they are making. They have families, but yet they choose to go out and help other families, you know? So I'm asking y'all to be respectful and also remember, like I just said, you need to watch this. If you are out there still supporting what he said and done and you have not watched this, you should, because you should feel really silly right now with what you're saying. If you're still supporting his hoax allegations, and this absolutely 1000% disproves that. Just the look on Nick's face when he comes up out of the water is excruciating, and it kills me inside. It kills me inside. I've had that look on my own face, okay, when I held my child. So please be respectful and remember what this video here is about. If you want to talk about that piece of shit, we can do that on the video I made last night, okay? Thank you very much. Remember, this is Mysteriously Brittany's channel. This is not your channel, and I will block you in the snap of my fingers. Do not care, don't need you, don't need your opinions. However, I am open to opinions as long as they are very respectful. They can be different. They can be wild, whatever. But do not be disrespectful on my channel, and especially to the people on my channel, my supporters, okay? Thank you. All right, let's get back to the video. Sorry, you guys. I just felt the need to make sure that everyone understood. Whew. Let's see. Everyone in the community is new. There are just so many. Okay, hopefully there's no more trolls in the comments at this moment. I don't care if there is. They'll just be removed, so. Wrong one, Brittany. Jesus. Let's continue. Remember, this is getting heavy here.
Rosser Creek Reservoir.
If you might be triggered, please don't
according
watch.
to law enforcement, Kylie's last known location. So we're looking for a silver vehicle. Her Honda CRV is silver in color. Helicopters have stated that they could see the bottom of this reservoir. We've had multiple different extreme levels of sonar utilized by different sonar teams in this reservoir. I'm confident in what they've done. However,
the helicopters drove over, didn't see it. They had people supposedly in the water, so on, which I also heard that they didn't, but I reckon they did. I reckon they had people checking the water, you know. And it's that clear. This car was either purposely looked over, it had to be, or it was placed in there sometime later after they searched. So we need an actual honest answer from the law enforcement from a press conference stating when the days were that they were actually in the water searching and when they stopped that search. So we can figure out when somebody could have put that in there afterwards before AWP came, because I'm sure they thought that this was done and over with, and then AWP starts out, and we got people going on vacations and running away.
Not to sound cocky, but if we haven't searched it, it hasn't been searched.
Absolutely.
That's our
I agree
motto,
with
so that
that
we stay
statement.
efficient and protect the integrity of everything we do as we're working for families and law enforcement. So I'm theorizing that the bottom of this reservoir is a similar color to silver. Could it have not been seen? Absolutely. Could the car be in here? According to law enforcement, like I said, we are at her last known location. They said her cell phone stopped pinging right here at 12:33 a.m.
Remember, it stopped pinging directly across from where that was, which is strange because now we have this new storyline, this new scenario that took place. And I do feel that the tow truck driver is a very reliable resource and possible witness. And also, Mr. Jagger, when he was commenting and like refuting all this and so mad, he actually states your witness is like full of shit or something like that. Witness. That's a nice word to use, is it not? Like witness. What did they witness? Did you see this person? So they're a witness because they saw you. Is that what we're working with here? Again, I showed you all that photo last night of the screenshot, but I will show it again after this. Just please remind me. I'll make a note of it as well. But guys, we are coming up on some really heavy things again. I just want to say, if you're easily triggered, maybe you should not watch. I'm not telling you not to necessarily, but I think most of you know what you're getting ready to watch, and probably most of you have already watched it. But I'm just warning you all because I do care.
Yeah, on August 6th. Today we're going to be putting myself and Nick 2 boats in. For one, it's going to be great training for Nick. As you guys know, we're training Nick to be a team lead for our second team. So not only is 2 boats better than 1, but we're also utilizing my ability to put Nick out in front of me so I can see what he's seeing, see what he misses, see if he catches anything and so forth. Great training opportunity. And speaking with the Placer County Sheriff's Department, they did advise me that it got down to about 55 feet deep. And right now we are at 45 feet, reading on live scope. Real consistent 45 feet here. This just got sent to me.
Listen to this.
I cannot name who did, but
holy
it says,
shit. Listen, if you've not watched this part right here is chilling, okay? And also, I have been doing some extra work outside of this, try and figure out maybe where this tip actually came from. So let's continue. This right here is very important. Please listen. We may actually back up and listen to it a few times.
The Truckee Facebook missing persons groups are on fire with speculation about what happened to Kiely. Thing is that some of it may not be speculation. It may be real clues as to what happened. The party, 200 plus, fact is there was a lot of drinking and drugging. Reported fights, some disturbing behavior between Kiely and a girl named minutes before the party.
Brooks and I discussed this in a lot of depth earlier. We're going to go back and look at that one more time. You can tell that there's multiple syllables in that, right? Okay. And it also almost looks as if he is saying an M. So who do we know, with a kind of odd name, Magdalene or whatever, maybe possibly. Yeah. Or, he could have been saying Sammy in her last name, or it could have been somebody totally different, but just pay close attention to the syllables. That's what we can look at to try and, figure out. But also we may be able to sleuth these sites to find out if this post is on there or something, which I think this is a direct, tip, but they're just talking about that and how some of the stuff is being speculated because it may not actually be speculation, right? Because they might know something. So let's listen again at this.
About what happened to Kiely. Thing is that some of it may not be speculation. It may be real clues as to what happened. The party, 200 plus. Fact is there was a lot of drinking and drugging. Reported fights, some disturbing behavior between Kiely and a girl named minutes before the party.
One more time. Remember, we're just speculating here. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. But someone did do something, and I'm not sure who, but I do have my theories, and I'm sure all of you do. And I don't think it's going to be, hopefully we'll find out soon. Of course, we will get a lot of the information we need soon anyways. That could, fill this in also.
The Truckee Facebook missing persons groups are on fire with speculation about what happened to Kiely. Thing is that some of it may not be speculation. It may be real clues as to what happened. The party, 200 plus. Fact is there was a lot of drinking and drugging. Reported fights, some disturbing behavior between Kiely and a girl named minutes before the party.
Wait a minute. Now that I look at it, let's look at it one more time. This could really help, just looking at it over and over. Just pay close attention. If I could slow it down, that would absolutely help a lot, I think, too.
To me, I cannot name who did, but it says
and slow it down.
the Truckee Facebook missing persons groups are on fire with speculation about what happened to Kiely. Thing is that some of it may not be speculation. It may be real clues as to what happened. The party, 200 plus. Fact is there was a lot of drinking and drugging. Reported fights, some disturbing behavior between Kiely and a girl named minutes before the party. The party
look like
suddenly.
the other name, but we also got to remember that Mags rode there with her, and I did bring up to you guys that I thought it was weird, like in the Tony Dodge interview that Sammy done, when she states Mag's name, she calls her Mags, but then it takes her a second to remember her full name, Magdalene, but she definitely remembers the boyfriend's name. His name, I think, starts with an R. Somebody said it a moment ago. I have trouble remembering his name out of all of them for some reason. He's the one name that I cannot remember, but it starts with an R, I believe. And I reckon they call him Nate as well. So you look at that, and that it's just very telling. We'll actually go over this a lot more because we have like a 4-day weekend, you guys, and I do plan to work my ass off with this case. I've actually been talking to some people. Some people want to keep their names out of things and such, and that's fine. I have learned over time, though, you always got to verify who you're speaking with. That is so very, very, very important. And a lot of times people will give you proof that is absolutely fabricated and it look real. I've been there and done that with a certain Blether person, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's continue.
Breaking up, and then cars started flying out of the parking lot. Something bad happened, and all the kids' parents told them not to get involved. You may want to keep in mind that there's a possibility of what happened to Kiely could be more sinister, and there was a panic.
We know there was a panic. The mass exodus at 12:30. Something happened. That was the reason for that. We've got that photo I showed you guys earlier. Could that have been them loading her into the car? Could the fight have took place and that's what happened? We'll find out.
No.
Is it possible that she was really harmed, brain injured, and that was her? But it just doesn't seem that way to me. It seems like the first scenario. But like I've said, we have to bounce these things off and brainstorm because the simple fact is we just don't know yet. But we will eventually know because I won't stop, and I know everybody else is not going to stop. It will come out. You know what I always tell you guys? The truth always comes out in the wash.
The same way. A kid goes missing after attending a party of 200 to 300 people. There's always, most likely, something.
Allegedly 200, 300 people. There were other parties held that night. And I believe that when they verified this information, I think that all of the phones and this and that were there, geotags, I think that's how they came up with verifying that number. Because we saw that photo, you know. I don't know. It's possible. I know there was a party, but I don't know that it was a huge party. I know that Kiely exists. I know that she was most likely murdered by some absolute piece of shit. Most likely someone she trusted, which is absolutely sad. This girl, it's so sad to me. You know, it's like she really had no real friends, no real people that cared. It's just, it's really sad. It's really, 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 really sad. All the distractions pointing over here and there. When we kind of know at this point that most of them knew what happened, and they just didn't talk. Why? What is the reason for that? Why?
Thing that happened at that party. Someone knows something.
Absolutely.
Someone possibly did something.
Absolutely. Somebody did do something.
It's an accurate and fair assessment to make. Not only one person knows, but multiple people know.
Multiple people
This
know.
boat ramp over here.
Here we go.
We'll go by it a couple times. There's
Now
something
remember,
creating a big shadow right there.
This could be very triggering. It's going to be some heavy information. Just want to browse through here real quickly before we start. Because even it takes a toll on me. It personally makes me feel so down and sad. And I mean, of course it's going to. That's to be expected. Guys, yes, there is an echo on this footage. For whatever reason, when it was being played on Crime Lines and Lies, Brooke's channel, when earlier today, it was also echoing there. I don't know what we could do because she couldn't resolve it. And really, we just kind of worked through it. I'm so sorry for that echo, though. I'm not sure what's causing it. I'm sure there's some reason for that, but I don't know, but it's happening on other people's channels when they do the same thing we're doing right now. And yeah, thank you so much, Stefa. Oh my gosh, you're great. Guys, if you are enjoying this conversation and, the ability just to bounce ideas off of one another freely without, having to worry about what you're saying and somebody attacking, please do like the video, share the video. The more people we can reach to spread what AWP does, maybe the more people that can be helped. And we want to get Kylie's case spread even further than it already has been. This baby girl was done so absolutely awfully. It's very clear. And she just deserves it. Now, again, you guys, I do have the link posted at the top of the page. If the people that wanted to come on tonight to discuss this with me, if you're here, the link is posted. I have it pinned at the top. You can click that, join in, and I'll try to come back ever so often to see if there's anyone backstage, and I'll bring you up so that you can give us your ideas, opinions, and thoughts. I know all of you have to have some thoughts and opinions. You don't have to be on camera. Like I said, tonight is no camera. It's just us being us. No makeup, no hair done, no nothing. Just really diving into this case because it's important that we do that. It slowed down to, and can't decide, but it seems like 2 syllables exactly to me. And the way his cheeks rise at the first syllable makes sense with that one too. Absolutely, it does. Like I told you guys, this video clears up a lot of things for me. It brought up so many ideas, so many thoughts. Most of that I shared over on the other channel as well because we were just like really flowing with the situation, like watching it. It's just really weird. We kind of had like the same emotions and stuff. It was just very downhearting, like just like it's going to be here in a moment. It's so sad. You can absolutely feel what the man's feeling as soon as he comes up and so on. Seriously, your facts are all blah, blah, blah. Okay, I thought this person had been blocked. Oh, they've already been blocked. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to put up with absolutely any trolls. At this point, I've just come to the conclusion there's no point to respond, and I'll just block you guys. So you'll be wasting your breath. You can go make 100 different channels, and I'll just block them all. But let's see. It slowed down to agreed with his cheeks rise. It's telling as to the person's name. Right, guys. If we look at his facial expressions, the way his mouth moves, the way his cheeks go up, the syllables, and so on, we could filter that name. But also, if we look through these Facebook Truckee missing person groups, it's possible that we could find out this information very easily. And I've started doing that and documenting what I'm finding. And I do plan to discuss what I have found so far with you guys. I have not found the name, sadly, but I think we could filter that ourselves anyways. Yeah, so let's continue, guys. We'll watch a little bit of this and then I'm going to end that because I feel like I've watched, I don't want to use too much of their content, but I feel like it's so important and I wanted to watch it with you guys again and get your opinions and your thoughts, what you think he's saying, what you feel when he says this or that. There's just so much getting ready to come up and it's crazy, you guys. So rest in peace, Kylie. And remember, yesterday was her 17th birthday. It's so sad.
Right there. So it's right off this point. How if they scanned it, how would they miss that? So I'm assuming it's nothing because they did have dive teams, but I don't want to be the guy that just says, "Oh, it's nothing," because it doesn't look like a car.
Hey Doug, Devin over here. We may have something. It's hard to tell.
My scope doesn't work, so it's hard to verify, but we're definitely getting a solid cast shadow.
Where are you at?
It's I sent the coordinates to Carson, but we're on the, is this the eastern part of the shore? I know. We're by the other boat ramp, not the one that you guys went towards, but the one at the top of the lake.
So we're going to head over here to the other side of the reservoir where there are lots of drive lanes down to the water's edge where people have cookouts, get-togethers, parties.
Did you guys see that?
You know, family gatherings. You know, this is where there are lots of drive lanes down.
Potential car right there. Okay, you see that location? Because we've had a lot of people like speculating on things about where it's at and getting it wrong. I've noticed they think it's here and there when it isn't. So I'm just gonna get this real quick in case we need it in the future. We don't have to come back. All right, now let's continue.
To the water's edge where people have cookouts, get-togethers, parties, you know, family gatherings. You know, this is a prime location where Kylie's vehicle could have made it into the reservoir.
Absolutely, so sad. Oh my goodness, another one. Really, YouTube. It's so beautiful there and just gorgeous. The water, the sounds.
Is that what you just saw?
Yeah.
Here's what they
So
saw.
it's just a big shadow there. You see that?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense though. It's only 10 feet of water.
Exactly.
We definitely have something man-made. Big.
Exactly.
Probably nothing, but it was a big shadow.
It's something.
Isn't that weird? I mean, it's just big.
They're thinking in their
It's
heads right
definitely
now,
something.
not possible. Not freaking possible. It's right here, 10 feet of water, which we end up, they call it 14, but I guess it's like 10 feet actually, like above the car. I guess it would be 14 feet all the way down. 55 feet from the shore. Literally right near where a phone ping was located. And she was not found. Now, that either says that they didn't search there. They didn't search at all. They purposely missed it. Or it was placed in there later. You know, after the whole Boca thing, who's to say they didn't drive to a garage, put it in somewhere close by, and then wait it out until time to go back, you know? Yeah, and the perfume in the console, you know, cover up smell or something so on. Because we all know when somebody loses their life, what happens. And you remember Chris Watts just, you know, talking about that. Yeah, so.
Directly under us right now. What is that, Carson? Is that a boat?
Look at that, you guys. Just look at that.
That
That poor baby's right there.
Whatever it is, it has build up
They
on
came
it.
and saved her. They saved her. They are the heroes.
Could be a car. More in the shape of a boat.
Down sunken boat.
Possibly. I believe it's a car. And I have to be quiet because
They don't want to upset
I don't
anyone
wanna
in case
alarm
it
the entire
isn't her.
campground right
They
now.
are so respectful in the way they go about
This is
this,
an
guys.
ongoing investigation.
And another thing, you cannot say, well, they were only being like that because of what was said. This footage, you guys got to remember, it was made before all that was said because they're just now finding her. So this is actually how they conduct their searches. This is how they conduct themselves. They're very respectful, and they do think about the families. They do care. You can just very much so tell. Let's go on.
That's a wheel. That's a wheel. We have a wheel.
Here we go.
It's tall, whatever it is. Got it.
Got it. It's magnetized, guys, so we knew that already, but
We got a car, so
look at his face. Love its heart.
trying to pull myself directly over it. Look at that. It's not giving a good reading, but there's a wheel. You see it?
We all know that because it's a fresh car, it doesn't appear the same. They've told us that.
We need to go get.
And another thing, he's actually thinking about the fact that there's these people back here because they know they're there, and being very quiet, being very respectful, trying not to get anything out there so that people find out the wrong way or something. They're trying not to. Even gets ready, he tells them, turn your phones off. We don't want any chance of this getting out until we know for sure if it's her car or if she's in it. It's just so respectful. It's just insane to me, like, that people could put these people down.
This is good. We need to figure out how to get our RV over. Wasn't for you.
There he said something about the support, that they receive. I'm so thankful that they do. The service they provide is amazing. And I actually aspired to do something similar. I always have. That was the ultimate goal in the beginning. And it still is my goal to this day. I want to get out on the ground and physically search while documenting it for everyone.
Everybody's phones need to be turned off. If you have a phone, you need to turn your phone off right now. The last thing that we want.
Create a powerful WordPress website with Bluehost Website Builder. It's smart AI, super simple drag and drop.
I would watch it all the way through, but
Want to do is cause alarm to the family and or the local law enforcement. If this is a car and it's not the car we're looking for, I want to be able to do that peacefully. I don't want to cause a turmoil. If anybody knows that we found a car right now, it's gonna be unnecessary. It's gonna be unnecessary trauma for the family.
notice them looking over
We
at
need
that
to
van.
go back to the ramp and call.
They're trying to be as unsus as possible. They're trying not to raise the alarm bells for those people to then contact somebody and tell this person, that person, and then the family would have found out, the wrong way possibly. And who's to say that these people around here didn't notice something and maybe put something out there, and that's why the anger, come from them. But that wouldn't have been their fault, because we see here that they're doing the most respectful thing as possible, and they're looking and they are aware and they're trying. They are trying so hard, and I think that says a lot. I truly do. I'd like to know y'all's opinions on that. I'm sure you agree. There's just really no way to disagree with that. Okay, let's go on along here. I want to say thank you so much again to Adventures with Purpose for everything they do, for Jared and his interviews the other day, for Doug and everything he does. Doug's my favorite. He's just so relatable and amazing. And also, actually, I like Jared now a lot. I used to like Sam. Don't know where he went, but Sam, if you're out there, thank you for everything you did. Viewers' discretion is advised. Here we go, guys. I've watched this several times.
Confirm. I see the vehicle and the license plate. We have just found Kiely's vehicle. Over.
10-4. Do a full assessment, methodically, slowly. Make sure you focus on footage of the vehicle so that we can accurately relay that to the authorities.
You can tell that they are most likely working with them in some sort of way, like side by side. They're getting this footage so that the crime scene can be documented. They have some sort of intel already. So if you're out there and you're hearing this, they know about you already, in my opinion. And they're setting traps. Like, I'm sure you're wiggling. Keep wiggling. You might as well just go on and go down to the local law enforcement and let them know what happened, because most likely they know something already. Most likely. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that, with I know in Doug's interview on the news or whatever the first day when he had went to Boca, which they were going to go to Prosser first, he had stated that they had intel and so yeah, I just really, you could tell that they were working hand in hand, but none of them wanted to say much because, like I said, Adventures with Purpose, they have a lot of leadway that police do not have. And if they were tied in with it, that would actually then bound them, because police, would have to tell them, well, if you're going to be part of this with this, you got to follow these rules. Well, so that's not happening because they're technically not doing it that way, but they are corresponding and helping because they're just people like us, but just amazing people that do something absolutely amazing, right? I do feel that one day they're going to be like a big organization, like almost like FBI, but it's going to be called something else. And it's going to be all because of Jared and all the people involved here, all the team. What they do is just great. Check your Instagram. Okay, I will. Yes, I think they conduct themselves respectfully and do their best to keep the dignity of the victim and the family. Absolutely. So crazy because their aerial shot in this, you can see it. I know. It's insane. It's insane. And before, I guess they didn't see nothing. So when did the car go into the water? When did the car go in the water? And, I was wondering, this may be graphic, but Kiely is confirmed in the vehicle. And I know that they do like when certain people pass away, they donate their bodies for like experiments so that they can get information for possible murders and such and things of that nature. And they put them in different climates and temperatures and all that stuff, right? Just to see what happens so they'll know. And then what happens this many days. And they just keep track of that so they'll know. I feel that with FBI being involved and such, I feel like they can probably determine from Kiely how long the car had actually been in the water. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, can't decide. Let's see. Agreed with this. Okay. All right. So give me 1 second here, and I'll check that after we finish this up. It's almost over with. And guys, I hope you're all okay. Just hang on. It's when he comes up out of the water, it's just, oh my heavens, it's just like reality.
Upside down. And the piece is upside down. I'm at the rear of the vehicle now, working my way around towards the driver's side.
Towards the driver's side.
10-4. I read you loud and clear.
People were saying that
Approaching the driver's side window.
People were saying that the passenger side window was busted out, and he's saying it's down. And then the back driver's side window is partially down. When they turn the car over, that's when the mirror breaks, and that's also when the driver's side window busts because of the pressure. Just pay attention, please. And I mean, these little details can tell us a lot. If she was alive when she went in the water, the window's down. You know what I mean? It's just so sad. Things he saw in the car were suspicious.
Not positively identified.
Positively identified. See right there, it looks like a phone almost to me.
10-4. Take your time. Be safe.
The little fishies. Look right here. What is this? I know they said that the back of Kiely's phone had a sex wax sticker on it, and that's apparently like wax that goes onto a surfboard. It's a big brand, because it's got like a dirty name. It's like, kids as they're growing up, they're like, ooh, and then they just stick with it, and the brand grows. But what do you guys think this item right here is? I would like to hear your opinions on that, because we still don't know if they've retrieved the phone. But if they have, I just wonder, since we know what we know now, I would almost guarantee the phone probably is not here. But it should be, right? If the first storyline is true, it should be here. If she was placed in there later, then it's most likely not going to be in the car.
At the back.
He sees her shoes through that little back window as he's
10-4.
coming around to the back of the car.
I read you loud and clear.
Oh, heavens. I'm glad he left that window mossy. And here we've got a blur because I guess Kylie's body can be seen from here, sadly.
There are human remains in the vehicle.
Oh, you can tell. Wait. Guys,
10-4.
oh my goodness. If, like I said, if you are possibly going to be triggered, please do not watch this because what I have noticed here is something. Is that it right there? Okay, hold on. Right here, it's starting. It's forming an image. Okay, hang on. I hope you guys are following here and understand what I'm looking at or looking back for that I saw. I hope you all were paying attention. Like I said, though, if this could possibly trigger you, please don't look. Please don't watch. I'm just curious to see the shape of that. See if there's like anything odd. Okay, look here, you like oh my goodness. Well, I'm not going to say that. But if somebody actually asked me about this earlier about whether or not she had clothing on. She had her shoes on, we know that. He did say he's seen shoes. Maybe she's wearing the Odd Future hoodie here, maybe. Maybe that's why it's so light. Oh my, that poor baby. Poor baby. Rest in peace. And then I'll never forget that. 8YUR 127. 8 year 127. Look at his face. Absolute just horror, pain, emotions. They have kids.
That's what we do it for, brother. Good job.
Oh my heavens.
Positive, you know.
You know, another thing, like I said,
all right.
Had they not come out and done this, who's to say that she had ever been found or how long it would have been that she would have been found? I mean, she was in such a low amount of water. I feel like eventually it would have come about, you know, you would think. But I think it's best that they went out and found her as soon as possible so that any evidence can be hopefully fixed and fix it. They can get it like dried out so that it can be usable. It's very possible. Hopefully all of that can be restored, you know, in a way that they can use it for something. I mean, the longer that it sat there, the worse it would have been. You know, all evidence would have just been destroyed. And they found her, like, I mean, literally the second day they were out there, they would have found her the first day if it were not for the Boca situation. In my opinion, after the tow truck driver seen them there, they couldn't put her in there. Absolutely not. That would have been absolutely, you know, like, And they did search there first, like, so it would have been found. And I think they realized that it would have definitely tied back to them if it was there, and then he'd saw that. And they were acting so strange. What are your thoughts? Just look at this baby's face. Nick, I think I speak for all of us when we say thank you for so much for what you've done. And we hope that you're okay. We hope that your mental health is good. We hope that you're handling this as well as possible. It's, you know, you all make huge sacrifices. You see things that are just absolutely terrible. And I'm so sorry for that. And I want to thank you for doing those hard jobs and providing answers. Poor baby.
She's in the back of the vehicle.
Listen.
She's not in the driver's seat. It looks suspicious to me.
Yeah.
Vehicle's upside down. Some of the one window is halfway down.
He wanted to get, as soon as he got up there, he wanted to make sure he got across to Doug that it's absolutely suspicious. There's something extremely suspicious going on, you know? I mean, obviously, but I believe there's more to it, you know? And if this goes in the route, I think we will hear a lot more about maybe those things.
One window is all the way down.
There it is. Do you hear that? the window's all the way down. So that passenger side window is not busted out. I guess it was down. Then the back driver's side window is partially down. And then, as we know, the driver's side bus as it's flipped over, and that mirror is broken because it wasn't broken at the time that he's down there. Love your heart.
Call the authorities.
We help families all across the nation. And when we find out, they are notified first. We're going to notify them first.
I'm going to repeat that for everyone that, was disrespectful towards these men, and even tonight, the trolls.
She's in the back of the vehicle.
Okay.
She's not in her driver's seat. It looks suspicious to me.
Yeah.
Vehicle's upside down. Some of the one window is halfway down. One window is all the way down.
Again, one window is halfway down. One window is all the way down.
Call the authorities.
Call the authorities.
We help families all across the nation.
I think his first thought would have been to call the families, obviously, but after what he's just witnessed, and he knows that there's like probably foul play and all this and that involved, he's like, call the cops, But Doug's like, we got to call the family first.
And when we find out, they are notified first. So we're going to notify them first. My very next call will be the local authorities.
Look there, you can see it. This is what you guys were talking about in the comments. You can see it.
Yes, sir.
How the did they have missed it?
Listen to this, the father.
And in our investigation coming into this, this is just what we do. We find vehicles underwater.
Again, keep in mind that everybody mourns differently. Everybody deals with things differently. Men are like, men, and they want to seem strong. And even in these situations at times, depending on the person. But he just doesn't understand how it was missed. And honestly, how was it missed? It had to have been put in there later, I believe, full-heartedly, or it was purposely overlooked, or they just didn't search.
Water. We specialize in it.
But that is the father.
I don't know what you guys know, and we don't always know the why. We just try to find the where, and so I can't relate with whatever you're speaking on right now. The car is upside down, but that's common when a car goes into water because the wheels make it buoyant.
And the engine's so heavy, it tips it over.
All the windows except for one. Yes.
Which one?
So Nick is my diver.
All of the windows except for one. They saw him at like driver's side, passenger side, front and back.
Driver rear.
Driver rear.
Well, no, there would have been two, right?
Down, and the passenger rear was halfway.
Did she seatbelt it in?
Wait.
Is she in the driver's
Wait. He's saying driver rear and passenger rear windows are down. Sounds to me like somebody wanted to make sure this baby sunk real dad burn quick now, doesn't it? Like, it's even more suspicious than everybody's thought. I've not heard anyone else realize this. This part right here is absolutely very, very, very important. And I'm going to clip this for us. Holy moly, man. This is even I swear, every time I watch it, I learn something new. Every single time I notice something new. I highly recommend that y'all watch it over on their channel, just as I am. As many times as it takes. It's crazy. Listen to this.
That's why I can't relate with whatever you're speaking on right now. The car is upside down, but that's common when a car goes into water because the wheels make it buoyant.
And the windows are closed, probably.
All the windows except for one. Yes.
I can't believe that. That's a sinking
So
thing.
Nick is my diver.
Holy shit.
Or down?
Keep in mind again, guys, people were
Driver.
stating, I've heard a lot of creators say, well, the passenger side was already busted. No, they're telling you here, passenger side window was all the way down. The two back windows were both halfway down. They were down. What does that tell you? The driver's window is the only one that isn't down. It busts, though, when they turn it over because it isn't. It's all the way up. Is that not crazy? That's like when somebody wants to sink something, of course, they're going to open the window so it can fill full of water and go down. And if Kiely had been alive when the car went into the water, with all those windows being down, absolutely she would have most likely gotten out, right? This is just so sad. I mean, that's just, I can't even. I didn't realize really.
Her rear.
Driver rear was down and the passenger rear was halfway.
The driver rear was down. The passenger rear was halfway down. The driver rear was down. So they're saying the driver's side window in the back is all the way down. Passenger side is halfway down. So, yeah, wow.
Both of them.
No.
Is she in the driver's seat?
No.
No.
She's in the trunk.
She's in the
back.
She's in the back.
Yes.
I would recommend. It's your daughter. This your daughter. Do what you want to do. I would recommend this is not a part of that. This. Yeah.
It's going to be my last memory case.
Love the baby's heart. We're
Are you
so
with?
sorry,
Are you with?
Daddy.
Executive with Nevada County.
Oh,
Pray
that-
for you and your family.
Yeah, behind me, the buoy under.
That's all.
You see the buoy behind me?
What's in this? Here. Let's see if there's anything else I need to show you guys. Team says they've notified Placer County Sheriff and will be taking over. You know, that's another thing that I have heard chaos divers speak about. You know, they went out there, they found her after it was supposedly searched over and over and over. And I think this is an ego thing, clearly, because that does happen. But once you get involved with it, you want to see it through. And the fact that they had them leave, you know, I get it, FBI's there or whatever, maybe that's the reasoning. But these guys actually have taught some of these people, like, and have tried to train them. I just feel, you know, they say it's like really, really disheartening because you're in this with the family, you're trying to help, you're trying to bring answers and closure. And when you don't get to see it all the way through there, because you're like the representative for the family, at times they feel that way, you know, most times. And even if not, you feel very close to this person, like he's just witnessed this and sacrificed so much and done it, you know, willingly and helped. And they actually found her, and then they have to leave and they don't get to see it through. I imagine that is like, you know, really heart hurting, I suppose. Callie had texted, this is so sad too. Really quickly.
Night, telling her she would be leaving the party in about 45 minutes, and her mom texted her to be safe and told her she loved her. She said her daughter texted, "Okay, Mom, I love you too." Kylie's silver Honda SUV had never been found until reportedly today.
All right, you guys. It's just terrible. It's a terrible outcome, but so thankful to Adventures with Purpose for everything they've done. I mean, you know,
Adults and young adults who were at that party, somebody must know something.
somebody knows something more than somebody, in my opinion, and apparently a lot of people's opinions. Poor baby. All right, so I want to hear your all's thoughts, and of course, we've watched this, but I'm gonna have to take parts of it, and we're gonna have to discuss it many times because this video holds so much information and so many clues. Like, actually, seriously, just like I just noticed that, like, people were stating the window is best. No, the window is down, and then the driver's side back window is down all the way. The passenger side window, back window, is down partially. The front driver's side's the only one that's up. It busts when they flip it. We know that because it was up, you know, the only one that was up. It's just like, you know, and the imbalance of the windows and the water rushing in, that would also cause it to flip over quickly and probably sink much quicker. I would think. Just, you know, with thinking about weight and water and what happens when, you know, something's floating. It's so sad. And our thoughts and prayers go out to the families and also to Adventures with Purpose. I just can't even begin to thank them enough, really. So let's turn this off here for a moment. Whew, okay. Do we have anybody that would like to come up and speak about anything that we've just talked about? Because I think I've arisen like some serious things here. And I'm sure you guys have maybe even noticed things I did not. Really think that Jagger and Sammy have played her, Kylie's mom. real close and have manipulated her. Seems that way, doesn't it? And possibility, maybe. When he's filming underwater, he says passenger side is broken and driver's side back is halfway down, I think. Well, see, that's what everybody was saying. But then when I replayed it there several times, he says that it's down, not busted. The driver's side busts. It's the only one. When he stated there's only one window that's up, all the others are down, like down on purpose, like they've been, like, you know. And that's what I thought in the beginning. I remember I was like, well, the only busted window is the front driver's side. People were like thinking that like the camera had been reversed or something. It was showing the wrong side. But clearly I kept replaying it and it says it's down, the not busted. So that's crazy. And I think that's a huge detail because that's something investigators are going to really pay attention to. I promise you that. Because she had many escape routes. If she was, even if she was intoxicated, going in that water, you're going to be like, hello, what's happening? How do I get out of here? You know, all these windows are down. You know what I'm saying? And he's saying it's so suspicious and stuff. There's just no way this was an accident at all whatsoever at this point. None, zero. It's pretty much, I am 100% confident that foul play is involved, possibly several people. It's just such a sad story. It really is. It's such a sad outcome. Yeah. So let's see what else I need to touch on here. We had some photos and stuff, I know. And I need to check my Instagram real quick. Give me a moment, guys. Bear with me. Whoa, this is definitely out there. Definitely. This is a photo that is absolutely there. Wow. Thank you so much for this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Justin. You are absolutely the best. Wow. Okay. Hold on, you guys. Got some photos to share with you. I know we will eventually find that other photo that I've been looking for. And I feel like it could hold a lot of weight. And I wonder why it was, like, why it's been so hard to try and re-find it. Like, did that person take that video down? Surely not. Surely not. But it, you know, it's possible, I guess, because I know what I saw. Eric saw it as well. And I actually had a few other people say, I think I saw that too. Not very many people, actually. So, oh gosh, this is like, okay, what about, all right. I don't know if you could verify that these were from there exactly. But that other one, you can definitely tell that that's the location because of the sign in the background. I've never saw that photo. So a wonderful job finding these. I'm just screenshotting them real quick so I can share them with all of you. Okay. So that's the photos, like they said, was like a party in Michigan or something. These are. But there's those lights. There's the lights that were hung up. So I guess this ain't a party in Michigan. Maybe this isn't that photo. I don't know. But those are the lights that Sammy was talking about for sure. That were hung up back there. And regardless, it's not going to hurt for us to look over these because some of these I've never seen and I've sleuthed through almost everything. So, whew, I still feel so heavy-hearted, you guys. I'm not even joking. It's been like this all day. It's like there's just something tugging at me. I mean, I'm not sure. Invite went to social media. Oh, wow. This is important. You've really been doing your homework. Thank you so much. Capture. Y'all just bear with me. This is that really strange, what's that called, that app I was talking about? Be Real app photo. Somebody has like discuss some things here. Could be important. Okay. Neither her father had siblings named or Lori or name. There is no aunt with that name. So this is something people are trying to put out that, disproves that or whatever, which the dad was there, so we know that. I'm not gonna, we may go into that like in a different video. This one I just want to shine light on what they do and not even. Do you have an email where I can contact you? I know who Rodney was last seen with before she died. I want to send you some information over. Wow. That's incredibly important. I believe I'll contact her. Oh, wow. Yes, this ties back. There's the same lights. Guys, thank you so much to Justin. He has just sent me quite a few photos. Because actually, I guess, I don't know if people are starting to put photos out now that she's been found. I'm not sure. Maybe these have been there and none of us have found them because, like, I don't know, for whatever reason it could have been. Bar, drinks, and shots. Those trees back there, though, they look slightly different in this one. I don't know. But we'll look at it and see what you guys think. I mean, I want to hear your opinions on it anyways. If it's nothing, then we'll just chalk it up to, it ain't good information or something, but some of it is. I know that a few of them, there's like evidence in it that proves, Lily is on the patrol and ready for whatever this Monday brings. We hope you had, oh my God, this is so friggin' weird, you guys. This one's going to probably cause some talk. I don't know if y'all have seen it or not. I know I never had. And Justin, are you okay with people knowing that you're the person that sent me this? Because, I'm not giving a last name and, But if you are, I would gladly give you all the props in the world for this information. Because I thank you for it. Kylie's grandfather and aunt asked me as friends to release attached statements. Please understand. Okay, so this is like some of that stuff that was going on. I guess we could just discuss it. Again, I absolutely thank AWP for everything they've done. Are these the polls? Is that what this is? Because I was looking at that as well. No. Oh my goodness, these are reports. Holy shoot. Wow. Okay. Wow. One. Did I click the top one on accident first? I did. Holy crap. This is insane. Guys, just bear with me. You're going to want to see a lot of this. It's like very interesting. Very interesting. Some of it I'm going to save for tomorrow, actually, because it just pertains to a few other things that would connect back. Let's see. Okay, so we got that. Dad burn. There's a lot here. See, mess with the photo. They are looking at something in red. Let's see. Okay, so that person's wearing a red sweater. Then behind that is the car in that photo. But I will also bring that up so we can look at it. Just so I can show that. It's just so blurry when you zoom in on it. It sucks. I wonder if that wasn't purposeful, though. She felt like she had nothing to worry about because the photo seemed blurry, and they probably thought, yeah, they'll never know. Well, I think we do know. Okay, and this is that other thing. Let's just go ahead and screenshot it, too. While we're at it. Just working here. Who's Granny? Hey, does anyone know who Granny is? Just out of curiosity. Not that I care if she's using my content or whatever. I really don't. I'm not that kind of pal because, yeah, but whatever. But who's Granny? Does anyone know? Yeah, I remember when I watched it seem like the documentary Underwater and said one was broken and then said it was down when talking to the father. I'll have to watch. Well, if you remember, I went back on that part like several times just to make sure I'd heard what I thought I heard. And it did say that that window was down and not busted, which I found strange because I'd heard a lot of other creators say that they thought it was busted, but apparently not. And yeah, that's crazy. So it is okay. So thank you so much, Justin Jones, for sending these photos. You're amazing and you're awesome at finding things for sure. You've sent me so many things, and I actually feel sorry for all the people that aren't here tonight to see this stuff. I'm sure they'll watch it later. Who is Granny, though? I just have no idea. Probably somebody that has a new channel and was involved in my family before. I inspired a lot of people to become creators because they all acted as if they wanted to create, you know? But yeah, I'm a pretty inspiring person, I guess. I don't know if that's true. Granny could be somebody else and could be awesome. I don't know because I don't know who it is. But I just wonder why or who, and yeah. All right, so I want to show you guys a few things here. Thank you so much again, Justin. You're amazing. Let's see. It's seeming that way, JC. I really think that Jagger and Sammy have played, let's see, the real close and haven't, I already read that a long time ago. Yeah, I remember when I watched it, it seemed like he documented Underwater and said, okay, read all that. Good. We're up to date on the comments. Unless I'm just not getting something here, which is possible. This happened the other day. Brand. What is that screenshot of? Oh, that's the boy again. Oh, yeah. So this was the photo of, you got Jagger right here. Uh-huh. And you got her very best friend, Kate, here. Uh-huh. And then over here, this is apparently one of the two Nates, I want to say that's his name. We're not sure if this is possibly Mag's boyfriend or if this is the guy that gets into a lot of trouble, which that's what I'm thinking, most likely with these two, just considering everything that I'm thinking. But it is said that he is, if this is speculation because I'm not sure if that's him, but we are going to verify that. But if this is the other Nate, then he has been in a lot of trouble for drug charges and other things and was also just recently arrested on the 10th. So they may have their guy, you know, but it makes you wonder, these three together, like that's kind of strange with him having such a crazy past and so on, you know, pretty weird. All right, let's pull up some of these photos. So first I'm going to start, since I was comparing that photo and showing y'all that that's definitely where Kylie's car was supposed to be parked, according to Sammy and according to everything else. That is what they're looking at. See, this is a person here with a red hoodie on, right? And then just directly behind there, where everybody, look at his face. Look where he's looking, right there. Right there. Look right here. Looking, they're like bending over looking. I mean, there's so many people that are catching on. I'm like, whoa, man, why? And then you have the mass exodus, guys. Don't forget, everybody was freaking out and leaving. You know, something fucking happened. Is this the point in time when they are putting Kylie back there? Is it? I'm sure we'll find out in the future. And I hate to speculate that. It's like so sad, but it's the reality of what we're working with. And we need to discuss this stuff. Police need to be aware. Anything we get. Yeah, so this is a person here with the red hoodie on. It kind of almost looks like it's like a red shirt and he ain't wearing a shirt under it. But that hat there, huh? That hat looks like a flat bill black hat in a way. And then right there is her car. Because over here is these trees. There's this guy I was talking about that's like breaking his neck to see. Got the other guy over there. This guy's coming like out of there like, oh shit, you know? What the hell happened? He's probably going to his car and fucking leaving. He don't want to be no part of this. He don't want to talk about it. Don't want to discuss it. And that's why they're tight-lipped. They've seen something insane, most likely. You know, we heard Doug say that there was fights, there was this, and there was a lot of weird shit going on between two people. Now say it's Mags. Mags rode to the party with Kylie. But I also think it's possible that Sammy also rode with them in that car to the party. Because she kept like bouncing around like weird things, messing up her little thing. Like, you could tell she'd kind of react, like she'd practice what she was saying almost, kind of like Amber Heard. It was so strange, like how she forgot her lines almost at one point even. But she says, yeah, so we were talking about the party, but we were never planning to ride together. But we ended up not riding together. And then there were some other weird things. But we have a lot of other really interesting photos we're going to be looking at. Again, Granny, I'm not sure who you are, but man, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Let's see, which one should we go with first? This one here has something in the background circled. Let's look at this. Some of these may be like, maybe BS, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at them, examine them, see if there's anything that we can identify to prove that this is the Prosser party or that location. Okay, so what does this sign say here? Sanctuary. Holy fucking shit, kids. And the trees, they fit. The faces are blurred. Look over here. That little vehicle. I think the rims are different though, so that's definitely not. But who are these girls? They're at the sanctuary here. We see these trees and stuff. We see, yeah, this is definitely that. So, wow. I bet this is like early in the day when people were getting there. I've not saw this photo anywhere. Thank you so much, Justin, for this. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. And actually, I consider you to be part of this channel at this point. You've welcomed me back with open arms. You don't know me from Adam and Eve, and I don't know you from Adam and Steve. And I appreciate you so very much. That's just a weird thing that I've heard people say, and it's kind of funny, like the names rhyming and stuff. So, but anyways, thank you so much for sending this stuff. This is like some interesting things. Some of it I think I'll touch on tomorrow just because I think it ties more into what I want to talk about then. Let's look at this though, because I think these may have been some of the photos that people were discrediting, saying, oh no, it's a party from Michigan. However, I have a problem with that because this is the lights that Sammy was talking about right here, this little area. They were just kind of sloppily streamed up. So this, see, what's that? What is that? This area, what are we looking at? Let's have a little look-see, see what they're wanting us to look at. I'm just not really sure. Maybe that, but that's definitely not Kylie's necklace. So let's move on from that one. I do believe that could be there though. What do you all think? Let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts on that? People are missing out so much tonight. Like they're going to be watching this later, just like they have been lately. It's like the algorithm, like YouTube, they're not really notifying everybody that I'm going live, but then they're like putting my videos in like their top videos, like when they get on their YouTubes and they're seeing them and watching them later. It's crazy. I just wish they would like, share my live streams. I want everybody to get involved. We used to really have a great family, at one point. And it was, yeah. And with this case, I think we could do a lot of good. All right. Senior goodbye. I've never seen this either. Never. Maybe they just added this in, but let's look. Senior goodbye party tomorrow at 9. At 9. There were people were talking about going at like 6:30 and shit at Prosser. Everyone's welcomed. Nicole Miller. Who's Nicole Miller? Say goodbye to your favorite senior sanctuary. This is saying it's a sanctuary. That could have been added, but let's just look. North Tahoe, Incline, and Truckee. Let's read over here. Nicole Miller yesterday at 12:10. Invite that went out via social media for the party that Kylie disappeared after. The background photo used from a boxing match during a previous party in May of 2022. Holy fucking shit. So people were trying to discredit this photo, but it's actually just an older photo because they did say that they organize parties out there all the time. But I felt that Sammy was watering that whole fight situation down for some reason. And someone else said she's talking in first person. She's like saying, this time There were no arguments about who the winner was. It was conclusive. Like, oh wow, really? What happened to the person that was fought with? Was it you that was? You never know. Okay, so this girl's name says Destiny Scott. I can't stomach reading "Say goodbye to your favorite seniors," knowing a poor girl lost her life. So sad. Yes, it is. Hope they all start speaking up. Wow. Sophie Maxwell says, what's even weirder is that law enforcement know these parties are going on and all the time. Not sure whose jurisdiction. That's actually pretty strange to me. The whole sheriff's kid thing, and then this has been going on forever and like eternity, and they know about it. And then finally, well, that is always going to be a bad thing. You got these children out here drinking and fighting and doing whatever. And it's known. People know about it. It's clear. Parents were letting them go. And I would never, ever, ever. No. Let's have the party. Say be 21 years old. And I'll be like, let's have your party here. Let's see. On all the time. And still, even then, I'd be like, here. It's, yeah, I made this for you. And it would just be nothing in it. Not sure whose jurisdiction Prosser falls under, but you would think they would patrol a little. Hey, I am all for parties, but when they are this big in a family campground, well, ... And then Laura says, I'm sorry, but this town is weird. Never had boxing matches at any party I went to. A fight might have broken out here and there, but never these planned fights. And we drank plenty in the woods from a small do-nothing town. Sadly, these fight parties are common in the high school. It's the something. Wow, you guys. And I think that YouTube boxing is the reason that this all got started, because we know out in California, those people follow YouTubers like probably pretty closely, just like we've seen the Tyler, the Creator gear of the brand, going around so much, like Odd Future. That's his brand. Kylie was wearing that hoodie. Sammy was wearing the t-shirt with Tyler, the Creator himself on it, the little badge. And that's what she had wrote, all that information on. Is that leaking back? Is there something to that's kind of weird, right? But yeah, so this is serious, actual stuff. I want your thoughts, you guys. Please share this live. We need more flow going in here, because we've talked about some things no one else has talked about. And I want some opinions. I need to know if I'm going in the right direction, or, just give me your thoughts. Even if you don't agree, I want to know. If you look at the guy in red, they look where his hands are. It seems like he could be carrying someone by the shoulder. Are you shitting me? Oh my God, let's go back. Wow. Let me check my Insta real quick too, just to see what he said. She streamed a conversation you had with Kim, I think. It was odd. Just thought you should know. Kim. Is that something from my past? Like Kim, as in Kim, the person that, the whole Chris Watts ordeal? Is that maybe what it is, you think? Granny's watching. You can contact me at the views spoken here are strictly my own and alleged. Wow. Okay, Granny. All right. So back to our sleuthing or investigation. Data Funk, sending you all my love. But we're going to look at that photo again just to see. I want to see what you're talking about. So let's go back to the zoomed in version of the photo that I have now, absolutely 100% in my opinion. I want to talk with Tiff. I'll probably have to go on Zap Girls Live because I don't really know how to get in touch with her. I was hoping she could just pop in to look at that and verify those trees, the location, and all that, because she knows now. She went through everything. She spent hours and hours and hours doing it, and I watched every single bit of it. But yeah, let's see. You're kind of right. It's almost like this is a cover up. Here, because these people are what are they doing? There's the car. Here's this person with this flat build. Holy shit. I've got to talk to Brooks. I have got to talk to Brooks, because when I was telling her that that's the car, those are the trees, that's supposed to be the area she was parked in, and then all these people are looking what's going on, the mass exodus, and she was like, well, what if they're putting her body in there? Look at this guy. Flat bill, black hat, clearly right here. But it doesn't look like he's got really long hair, you guys. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. Holy shit. We may have somebody pretending to be Jagger. Holy shit. But that does, look at that right there. Look, his arm is bent, right this. And then his other arm, you can tell he's like holding something. There's probably other people. Holy shit. Did they all get involved with this? Did they all get involved? Was this bigger than we know? I am absolutely concerned. Oh God, I need to share my screen so I can show you guys that way. I want you to be able to see it zoomed in like I've been looking. I didn't even realize you couldn't. I'm so silly. Okay, here we go. I want to zoom this in and show y'all what I was looking at because this is insane. Here we go. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Do you see that? That is a head, in my opinion. This is an arm that is bent and holding someone. The other arm, flat bill, black hat. Y'all see that up there? But look at the hair. The hair don't match. He looks like he's wearing green pants, boots, a red shirt, or a red hoodie there, and maybe no shirt here. Wonder why. What was on that shirt? Did he get rid of it? Did they burn it? Is that why? Because they don't usually have fires out there because of all the extreme fires, right? I've heard. But there was a spot you could tell something had been burned. What was burned there? Evidence? His shirt. It looks like his physical shirt's missing. And it does look like he's carrying something. And then look at this thing here. Then these people are like, what's going on? Holy crap. This guy's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I believe this photo is the key. I really, honest to God, do. Holy shit. Wow. Again, Justin, thank you for zooming that in and noticing that because that's something that I hadn't noticed. I feel like if we look at that more and more, there's a reason that photo was taken. And maybe, just maybe, Sammy is a good friend. Maybe, you never know. Maybe she took that photo on purpose and gave it to him, hoping that somebody would notice those things. But I still do believe their story's pretty dapper and sketchy. I'm sharing my screen, aren't I? Oops. Let me take that down. I don't want you guys to see a few things just yet. Mama has some cards up her sleeve that go with some things, but it has to be talked about properly and in a certain pattern for it to make sense. I just feel sorry for anyone that is trying to get into this case and understand, and they're not here to see this. Whew, some of the stuff is crazy. Stuff I thought that wasn't of any importance actually is clearly of some importance. Now, these two photos, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's the location or not. I want to look at them with you guys and see what you think. Okay. This. Again, I'm going to share my screen so that we can zoom in. Let's go in. Wow, that's a lot. But, I know that says bars, shots, drinks, and such. You got all this wood. Those are those lights. And see, this is the same lights. It's just for whatever reason, you know how a camera will catch something. Maybe they were moving, their hands were shaking, and it'll make the lights look like weird little squiggles. But that's the same white, Christmas light looking lights. You got all this wood. I remember actually maybe possibly this area. What is this stuff under this table? That looks like a shoe. Oh my goodness. You got this kid here, this, and they're all around here. Do we see anybody? Oh my freaking God, Jesus. Oh my goodness, look. Who is that? What is that hoodie right there? Do you see this? Oh my God, screenshot. Holy wow. Today has been just overwhelming with stuff. I forgot so many things I need to talk about because it just keeps that video gets you into looking. And then, which Justin brought these to me. Thank you so much. But when we look through them, it's hard to say what you might find, really, because that seems to be of some importance, I believe. What do you guys think about it? Stop screen sharing. Would anybody like to come up and chat with me about this? Because I really would enjoy that. It would help. I need somebody to help bounce ideas, get my brain going. In the other picture, the guy has a Truckee hoodie on. So that's absolutely proof it's probably in Truckee, right? I did hear something about that. Oh, wow, Dada. I didn't see that. Along with was a report of a topless female ducking between cars before she was grabbed and put into a car. I heard that. I did hear that, actually. That was set up really early on. It was around the time that they were talking about the possible sighting. That 10 to Life was talking about a possible sighting of her vehicle because of the license plate. And it was said to be in like Mesa, Arizona. Crazy. What if somebody did drive out there, hid somewhere, came back? I mean, I don't see how it's possible, but it is possible. You never know. It's crazy stuff. Along with that, there's a report. Okay, we've talked about that. Or is the person facing him and just way shorter, and that's his arms around their neck? That could be his left showing, and it's a wrist shoulder. I mean, anything's possible, but I swear I believe that's what we saw in that photo. I really do. And especially since when I was showing it to Brooks, getting her opinions, and telling her everything that I had figured out on it and heard and tied back to this and talked to that person and so on, she was like, this is what she said to me, and it just clicked. She said, what if they're putting Kylie's body in the car there? What if that's what's going on? And to me, I mean, we didn't even zoom in and see that little snippet there of the guy in the red. I mean, honest to God, that wasn't even, it just now has been noticed, just now, right here live with you guys. You're the first to hear it, first to see it. And I had never noticed that before, and I've looked at that photo several times. Like, these photos actually are of some serious importance. I know a lot of people wanted to brush them off, but again, think about all the distractions, guys. Think about all the look over here, not over here bullshit. Think about all the false information that was put in this case on purpose, hoping to, further keep them safe, I guess. In my opinion, that's what's happened. I think they even used Ryan Upchurch. I really do, with his, craziness and stuff. I think that they've messed with him in some way. I think whoever's responsible could have been Miro, causing more distraction. They know that Ryan Upchurch is famous. Why not use him? Why not use him to their advantage, right? These are all serious, possibilities. And we're looking at things that can tie things together, The first I see this pic of the drinks booth, it was accompanied with comments that they do these parties each with, let's see, what is it? They do these parties each whenever. Okay. I'm not sure about that, but I think I do actually have a version with some comments. Data Funk would maybe explain the hoodie on the ground in the other pic. Absolutely, right? Oh, yes. We discussed that on Crime Lines and Lies, that they look like the hoodie laying on the ground, literally right there. That would explain it. And guys, listen, I didn't want to really okay, so when I was stopping that and looking back there when he was at the back of the car and it was kind of blurred, it looked to me like she didn't have a shirt on. It really did. And all of this stuff, when you take the sighting of a girl with no shirt on and jerked in a car or whatever, or something like that, when you take this photo, possibly somebody even put in a trunk, when you look at here even, this girl here, right there in the middle, that looks like that Lana Ray hoodie, does it not? Does it not? And who's the girl beside her? I'm just telling you, these are some important photos, in my opinion. In the other picture, the guy has a turkey hoodie on. I did hear something like that. Along with that, there was a report of a top. Okay, I read that. Or is this a person facing? Okay, I read that. There's also, okay, yes, that is something we noticed earlier on the other podcast. There, it looks to be a hoodie laying on the ground, and it looks to be white. Pretty insane, right? Yeah, to me, it looks like someone in front of him or being carried has light gray sweater. Right? Jesus, oh my God, I feel like we've just cracked so much today. If you look at the original, you really can't see the red sweater. Yeah, you can't. You have to zoom in really close and it's kind of blurry. You're absolutely right. Let's see. The white in front of him looks like it could be a light-haired person with their head back on his chest area. Like I said, that is possible, but I swear I see what I said I thought I saw. You could be right. I mean, really, you could, but I truly believe this. And I want to look into it further. Somehow I'm gonna talk to a few people and see what they think on that. And we'll continue to discuss it. Right in front of, let's see. If you look at the guy in the red, okay, I seen that. JC says I was wondering this too, guys. Okay, Paulson friend says weekend. What? Okay, I did hear something about that weekend. You're saying that these parties are each weekend. Holy shit, they probably were. I mean, for it to grow in size to that length, it makes you think that they do this annually. And that's why they have such a following, why they have so many people attending, because it's like something that happens all the time. That does make a lot of sense. But that one was like a special seniors, like dipping out party, you know, so that made it even bigger. So everybody wanted to join in, right? And a lot of these nasty ass older men find out that there's these young girls that have graduated and even younger, like Kylie, for instance, and they go there with these drugs, like it was said, and that is so disgusting. I would imagine that is absolutely true. Just looking at this and the atmosphere of the parties, what we've seen so far, I feel that this information is absolutely of some great importance. Thank you, Justin. You've helped so much. And then, like I said, looking at that photo I was looking into, we've got that. We've really gathered a lot of info out of all this. And then the theories and stuff gained from what we learned in the video earlier, just a lot. All right. So let me make sure there wasn't any more things I needed to show y'all. And please remember, you guys, keep your eyes peeled for that photo I've told you about. I know I saw it. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. It's absurd. I feel like the worst creator ever, really, to tell you the truth, because we were watching YouTube on the television. At the time, I hadn't got StreamYard yet, and I kept telling you guys, well, once I get it up, we're going to look at these photos. We're going to do this and that. I thought they'd be there, you know? Well, as it turns out, I'm having some absolute issues with things because my TV in the living room that we watched it on, it's not signed into a channel, so you cannot look at the history, and that really sucks. So I'm going to have to just sleuth and try to remember every creator I have watched since the beginning. I mean, it really would have been like the day before, maybe the day I first made a video. That might have been the day that we watched it. I need to look back and try to figure that out and think of what I watched. See, she streamed a conversation you had with Kim. I think it was odd. Just thought you should know. Thank you, babe. I'm really glad you told me. Am I still sharing my screen, by the way? No. Okay, let me look at this real fast, guys. See, oh my God, that's what everyone is saying, and you didn't even know that? Yeah, her legs are beat up and looks like she tried covering it with paint. Oh, yeah. Yep, it sure is. It's true. And her sister said she came home in wet clothes. Oh my God, that was her sister that said that. Holy shit. Oh my goodness, we're making some serious progress, guys. We will find justice for Kylie one way or another. Even if we have to shovel through the bullshit and the lies that these people have created, hoping to cause distractions, we will never, ever, 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 ever allow these distractions to deter us from finding the truth. Or at least I will never. And I know you guys won't either. I am absolutely 1000% determined. I'm so glad today is Friday also, because I will be doing this for hours and hours and hours, even after we get offline. This has been a 3-hour live, guys. Holy crap. I'm so sorry about that. Did not intend on keeping y'all this late. But there's just so much to all this, everything that I've learned today, everything that's went on. It's just so much. It's impossible to get it all done tonight. So I guess we'll take some of it over into tomorrow. I want to know what you guys think about timing. What time? I'd like to do 2 tomorrow, if possible, since it's the weekend. I should have help and stuff and not so many tasks to take care of, no work or nothing like that. So could you guys give me a time that you would like me to go live, like during the earlier part of the day? I don't get up super early on the weekend. So, but I want to know your thoughts on that. All right, here is the wet clothes comment everyone was asking for recently for those who wanted to see it. So Stephanie Ward, thank you so much for sharing this. It says, oh my God, that's what everyone is saying. And make sure you turn the volume down before you bring it to me. And you didn't even know that? Yeah, her legs are beat up and looks like she tried covering it with paint. Well, we're going to go look at those photos of her legs because, you know, I noticed the paint on her legs as well. I never really thought about the bruising. Yeah, it's so curious. And then you got Zanny Mae out there with her busted lip. People thought it was a herpy, but it turns out she told us the story. We need to go back and find that. I may actually do that here in a moment. Yep, I'm sure it's true. And her sister and she came home in wet clothes. Does this mean her and her sister came home in wet clothes? Did her sister attend the party with her as well? Like maybe assisted her somehow on something? Or her sister said she come home in wet clothes. Is that what that means? What the fuck? That's weird. Yes, that is very weird. How many of you have seen this or know about this? Like, we all know about the wet clothes, but how many of you have seen where it come from? Because apparently this is the origination of that. Sending a few more weird things I found. Thank you so much, Data Funk. I absolutely love you. Love you. You need to come up on panel with me. I really, 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 really wish you would. You don't got to show your face or nothing. Just talk with me. It's not hard. I'm super easy to talk with too. So let's see. I'm going to go back and watch this later on a big screen. I'm trying to look on a phone screen right now, and it's so low res. Okay, baby, that's fine. Yeah. Guys, if you want to help with this, if you've seen anything interesting in this, yes, look into it. And come on panel with me, guys. I've always enjoyed bringing people up and introducing them to this. Like, some people have never went live. Some people have never spoken like to a computer, but you're actually speaking to possibly. It's always possible that this could spread to millions of people. It really is. And, you know, it's not as bad as you think. And it becomes like pretty natural. And you just got to be, you know, just be yourself, be respectful, be passionate about whatever it is you're passionate about, and try to help solve things. Try to give people justice, and just try to help. That's all you can do. But Data, after you do that, I really wish you would come up on panel with me and discuss some things. I think it could be really beneficial to me and everyone else as well. Hey, Kathy, how are you? I seen you in the comments the other day, and I want to thank you for coming back. We've actually kind of winded down. I didn't realize I'd been on here as long as I have. We've discussed so many things, yet we have so many things that we still need to cover. A lot. My heart was just so heavy, and now, oh my God, this res really shows it. Wow. Holy shit. Okay, let's get this. I got more photos for you guys, thanks to Data Funk, my darling, Mr. Justin, who I want to come up on panel with me. You guys should encourage him to do so. I'll take it easy on you and make it like really like easy for you. I promise. Let's capture this photo. All right. So let's look at this together, you guys. He's kind of messed with the color, like, you know how Zav will do, like we all do, just to see what we can see. Because sometimes if you mix it around, you can see other things. I'll listen on replay. All right, Kathy. I'm sorry you missed it. And but I thank you so much for watching and being here. We've talked about a lot of really important stuff tonight, actually. I've discovered some things that are super alarming and very, 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 very important that I've never heard anyone else discussing ever. Some photos I've never seen anyone else showing. Thanks to Data Funk. He's amazing. Best sleuth I've ever seen in my life. Better than me. And that's saying something. I mean, I did, you know, sleuth around there with Blether and figure a lot of things out. But look at her legs here, guys. You know, she put that white paint on her legs. If you look right here, just above her knee there, the closest knee to us, you can definitely see a bruise. There on the thigh, on the other side, it looks like a bruise. So that's highly likely. But even if she wasn't bruised, the wet clothes and the sister, I want to know, does that mean her and her sister returned home with wet clothing? Because for whatever reason they got wet. What were they doing in the water? And then aside from that, or was it just her and her sister's the one telling the story and saw it, you know? I want to know that. Okay, what do we got going on? My wife just found out her cancer is back. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. After 5 years, she is sleeping next to me. She just wants to be close. So okay, I absolutely understand and respect that like so much. I am very sorry. I understand that. Like, yeah, I'm so sorry. And my thoughts and prayers are absolutely with you. And I just thank you so much for what you're doing, you know, for this case, for Kiely. And it's also helping us as a community here. So thank you for that. And I'll be praying for you and your wife. We say our prayers every night here in this house. And I will be sure that we do not miss you and your wife. I thank you for being part of what I still consider the MCF family. It's crazy after all this time, after all the craziness that went down. Thank God, when you're telling the truth about something, you don't have to worry about it, you know. As long as you're telling the truth will come out eventually, and everything will be okay. And Yeah. No worries. We are not okay. Good. I'm glad everything must be okay now. But I'm still praying, and I absolutely respect that. And yeah, but sometime I would like for you to come up. You're extremely intelligent, and you're really good at finding information. So I hope you take that as an absolute compliment, because it's absolutely true. Caught it very early again. Well, oh, and again, I'm so sorry about that, Jesus. It's like the best people, I know this is off topic, but not really, because look at Kylie. She seemed like such a beautiful person inside and out. The best people have the hardest times. We have all these struggles. And once you fight through them, at some point, you like have a new awakening, like you are reborn or something in a way. And you just got to keep going. You can't quit. That's the key. And I did quit for quite some time, you guys. Like, I mean, so embarrassed to, and it wasn't just because of that. It was just so many things that I was going through before I ever started creating. It's actually, one of the reasons that I dove into crime and stuff like on YouTube, as far as that goes, which I've watched it for years. But I mean, at that time, my father passed away. Chris Watts' case happens. And while I was laying there crying my eyes out constantly, then this is happening. And I'm crying for not only myself, my father, my daughter, my family, but I'm crying for them, for those babies, for Shanann, so that made it super, super, super personal. And I had to work and do as much as I could to help. And I did. Before I even started creating, I was talking with people and stuff, which, but anyhow, let's, yeah. Okay. So, moving along past that, I'm sorry to hear about your wife's cancer battle, says JC. Good she has you right there with her. Yeah, I mean, a good man. That's beautiful. Wishing her all the best at Data Funk. Guys, yeah, I don't know what we would do without Data Funk at this point. He's amazing, and he's like a very important part of the community. And he's really intelligent, and he finds things like easily. And yeah, I just appreciate him, and I'm sorry he has to go through so much. Like I said, it's always the best people that go through the most trials. And it's like, it's how you become such an amazing person. Like, you're already a great person, but, here, go through this. And then, but I'm just sorry you've had to. Anyways, you guys, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if I should do that tonight. I should probably just do it tomorrow. We've been on here so long. I'm going to ask you guys what you want to do. No, I know you don't want to look over that tonight, because that's going to be super heavy, because her and I come up with some crazy stuff that, was very factual and proven. So we'll talk about that tomorrow, the live that I was on today. And also, guys, I want to say thank you so much to Adventures with Purpose for what they've done. All of that. They just amazing men, and they're just out there sacrificing, trying to help provide answers. Yeah, so thanks to them, thanks to Zap Girl, thanks to Data Funk, thanks to so many people. I just have so many people I'd like to thank for all the things they're doing, the beautiful things they're doing, shining light, positive light towards Kylie. Also, I want to bring something up here at the end, because it's almost over. But, all this Ryan stuff and whatnot, I know a lot about him, because I have, honest to God, I've been a super fan for a long time. My husband listened to his music, and that's how it started. I started watching his content. Fell in love, I mean, just the personality. But I realized just recently the editing, like that's why he's bearable in those, because it makes it funny. If you were not to do that, like, it would probably be the same stuff we're getting. And anyways, every story almost has a hero and a villain. You've got the people that aren't wanting the spotlight, like they're in it for the right reasons, which I feel like that's Adventures with Purpose. Look how long they've been in this crazy system that does tie to true crime, and true crime can be very dramatic and problematic and crazy. Listen, people will call SWATs in on you and all kinds of crazy stuff. I've had it happen. I no longer live there. No, it's great. Nobody, yeah. Anyways, but what I'm trying to say is just thanks to everyone that's helping, because you're risking a lot in a lot of ways. And like I said, they've been around as long as they have, and they are doing well. Everybody respects them. Every new person that finds them becomes a fan. And I'm just sick to death. I did agree with a lot of things that Ryan Upchurch was saying, like about Zanny. Especially after I'd noticed. That's what I wanted to show you guys, and we should look at that at the end of this. We should. Hold on one moment. Let me find it real quick. If I can find Tony Dodge, it'll only take a moment. Well, American Dreamcatcher. There we go. Oh my God, but she was in so freaking many of them. How am I going to know which one it is? I'm going to have to like re-sleuth once again. Unless, wait a minute, where are they? That's super strange. Oh, well, there was my live. That's strange too, considering the algorithm. Maybe just people are like, I don't want to watch tonight.
Senior, and I was
Maybe they're
senior,
mad at me
so
over the
every
Ryan
senior was
stuff.
initially in.
There's the Sammy interview. Okay. And after what we found, maybe we should go back and listen to that stuff too, like throughout this weekend. And also, happy Labor Day early. Let's see here. Where are the videos of him and her? I mean, like, I know he didn't get rid of them, surely. They were like some of his biggest videos. Huh. What the H? Strange. Let me go here. Hold on, you guys. This is kind of strange. Did Tony Dodge hide videos? And for what reasoning? Wait a minute. No. Okay, I'm coming into them now. So there she is drinking or something. There's a different day when she's on there. Let's see. Day 30. I've watched this one. This one could possibly be it. It's like with the one where he's like really like new to this, it seems. Let's pull it up and see what happens.
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you
This is the last thing we're going to go over tonight, though, and if I don't find it pretty quickly, then we'll move along. I don't want to keep you guys any longer, and plus, I'm just so like drained from everything that we've witnessed today, and yeah. Come on, Brittany, move that ball, baby. But it's touching that.
Like your chat just wanted to stop waiting on that, and let's move on with the conversation.
Yeah.
This is so weird. This is it. This is definitely going to be it. I need to see where he like gets up. No, Ryan is in this one as well. Maybe this isn't it. Yeah. Nope. This one ain't it, I don't believe. Or, well, maybe possibly. Let's see if he gets up. At any point, if he gets up, that's where it's at. At least I think that's where I know that she shouts her channel out there and he hears her. And he was like, yeah, when he came back, he was like, you can shout your channel out. And she's like, well, I already did. It was just kind of awkward. Well, we'll do this tomorrow. I'm going to have to go through every bit of that tonight to find it. So we'll do that off of here. Let me just check this notification here real quick. Make sure it's nothing. Liars in the morning. Join the channel. Go watch that video 3440. Like live? Do you want me to watch that live right now, Justin? We'll do it. Should I screen share it? Okay, what time did you tell me? Shit. Hold on.
Good morning, everybody.
Girl. Holy shit, I know that picture. That's weird. Holy fuck. What is that? Who is she? I remember that photo. 3440. Let's go to that time frame. I'm going to go just a little bit before it, maybe like right there. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Oh my God, Angela, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Seriously, really. All right, let's share this real quick, and then we're gonna get off here after that, you guys, and I'll be back tomorrow night and possibly tomorrow evening. Just let me know what time would probably work best with you guys. That's what I want to know. Let's just do entire screen, fudge it. All right, share. Now, where's that video at, Brittany? All right. Y'all want to know about my past?
Thing I've ever came across.
MCF, bless her heart,
You guys
she
know
was
about
run completely off YouTube.
seriously
F that,
breaking her
never
story?
give anyone that power.
But then they found, like what I said, come out eventually. They all comes out in the light around
That sounds
other
like me.
people and expose other people like to their greed and tactics of literal like theft. Like they chats, and they were keeping track of it. I was keeping track.
This is all true, you guys. I was fucked over like to the highest extent. People that I was helping, and they can say whatever the fuck they want. I did help them a lot because I want to say something real quick. When I first started, like everybody was drawn to me, and like they are coming back now. It's taken slower because everything they got to figure out where I'm at. It's not the same channel. Which actually we may be able to get that channel back because apparently YouTube can prove that they can prove who done it, and that's not good for them. Possibly that might mean that their channel may go bye. Who knows? But I don't wish that on anyone. Actually, I don't even wish that on them. I don't want to cancel no one. So if I have the opportunity to say no, don't do that, I actually believe I will, and I'll even record it so you guys will see. But let's continue to hear. I want to hear what they got to say. And again, thank you so much for sending this to me. And Angela, thank you for having my back. Thank you. I know a lot of you actually had kind of fell for some of the lies, but it's easy done. I did too. I was also being lied to. They lied. Keep in mind, that's what happened in the beginning, you guys. They were telling me all this crazy shit about people that were sending me money or whatever, sending me super chats. That's all these people were worried about. All of them were like enamored that I was getting so many, and I just thought it was normal or whatever. I guess not, but that's what they were doing the whole time. And I'm not a numbers person, right? I'm a like physical evidence. Like I have a mind. I have OCD, so my mind works like really strategically, and just so happens in the field that I went into, it works fabulously. So let's just see what they got to say.
My heart was absolutely destroyed. It really was. And then people were like, look, they're over on Natasha's page talking smack and yada yada. I was like, really? I thought we were good because I had messaged and been like, is something wrong? Because just before that, someone else said, well, they made this weird comment. And see, I had paid them not much money at all, but I had planned to pay, like I really trusted them. I really did. But I'll tell you what happened with that certain situation, because I had a group of people around me because I wanted to grow a community, Right. That's what I wanted. I wanted us to work together and be a group. But it did not work out, and I don't plan to try that anymore. I'm just going to work with what we've got. And, it was just so strange. One night, I kind of realized what was going on. They were blocking all the good people, saying they were trolls, saying they were doing this and that. But really, it was literally, honest to God, the people that donated to me or really cared about me, it seemed. And she picked up on it and said something in the chat, and they got so mad at her that they just deemed her right then like the worst person ever. Started saying that she was like really like into like cult stuff, like as far as being a Republican, just weird stuff. And it wasn't.
Isn't that what they always say? Matter of fact, Chris, I got you saying the same thing about Republicans. Wow, the same exact fucking thing.
Who was that? They were saying that about Gypsy. And they didn't want me to forgot about that girl. Okay. They removed her from my channel. Like they made that choice for me in a way. But I mean, I didn't know what to do. They told me all this stuff and then showed me some things, and I was like, oh my God. And that's how it kept happening. Like good people that actually cared about me, they were showing me things that they had fabricated. It was like,
of course, Bucky. Everybody gets
I trusted these two people like a lot. Yeah. And so one night I took him out of my stuff because he did, and also he made me keep it private that he was my PR, and manager. He didn't want nobody to know that, him and her. They wanted to keep it private. And then he used the Star Wars video on the other thing he made.
It's sad. These people are watching my stuff and taking up for me, actually.
Because there were so many of them in that group, but they had access to my stuff at one point. I know that he knew how to get back into it most likely. And some things I guess were done, and YouTube took my channel. Well, on my birthday, they made content for me and wanted me to use it because they were claiming that Jet's mom was Lana.
No. They're taking up for me in the past, like telling that I'm not a bad person to help me.
She was like, oh, like, Brittany, that's who that is, And I was
They're telling the truth.
Like so they had asked me to use this content that they made for me in the video.
Always said,
and they even state in the video that they were making it for me for my birthday to use on my channel to connect the dots. Do you know that that's what they done? Because she was a lawyer and knew how to like word everything. And I'm over here just like, oh my God, my life's falling apart. These people stabbed me. You know what I mean?
You're a liar, Tammy. You're a fucking liar. Suddenly you have proof. Get the fuck out of here. Let's go back a little bit. She's a lawyer.
Because there were so many of them in that group, but they had access to my stuff at one point. I know that he knew how to get back into it most likely. And some things I guess were done, and YouTube took my channel. Well, on my birthday, they made content for me and wanted me to use it because they were claiming that Jet's mom was Lana, okay? And another person from AD who like everybody loved to death, and I did too. She was like, oh my God, yeah, Brittany, that's what that is, you know? And I was like, wow, it does sound like it. So they had asked me to use this content that they made for me, a video. And they even state in the video that they were making it for me for my birthday to use on my channel to connect the dots. Do you know that that's what they done? Because she was a lawyer.
This is how conniving they are. Do you know that's what she done because she was a lawyer?
And knew how to like word everything. And I'm over here just like, oh my God, my life's falling apart. These people stabbed me. You know what I mean? And YouTube's like, what are you talking about? You know? And so that happened. Then I was like I guess it really kind of just started out like that. And I couldn't make no videos. And I got depressed, so I stopped making anything on this channel as well. Like a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month later, I get a message from YouTube saying they completely took my channel. And at that time, I thought that meant I could never, ever come back to YouTube. That's what I thought. And I was destroyed. I mean, it may not sound like the biggest deal.
Oh, no, I would be too.
But I was destroyed because I did, honest to God, did not do anything.
Guys, I told them that this would be a pattern because I saw it. There were several patterns with different people, but they were all the same type of person. I don't know why the fuck I draw that type of person. I don't know if it's my crazy personality or my edginess or just something I do. There's like, I have like something. I don't know what it is, but either people absolutely love me and they see me for who I am, or they become haters because they want to take what I've got or what I've built. And that's what happened. But it was several people. But these people it was the worst because it was very personal. They were involved in my channel. I had hired them. I'd actually paid them. So that means, and her being a lawyer, you should think about this. That means I have hired you. You cannot go and fuck me over. Like I could have probably sued them. But I'm not a lawyer, and she is. And it's just, I don't have a lot of money. I'm a poor ass, but I make it and I work hard. And like I said, I don't have to do this ever. I don't ever have to do this again for money or anything. I want to do this. I want to grow it. I want to have a community. I want to be able to get my boots on the ground, go out and help these families. I'm not going to be able to die for anything. I would greatly be trained for it, if I could, but I only have one lung, so I don't think that would work. But what I do think is that I could go to these families, get their stories, the ones that aren't getting any media, and help them, help with cold cases, help with so many other things. And that's always been the goal. I've always wanted to do it because we used to ride in the fleet van, and I want to take parts of my family with me. That means you guys, MCF family, and my family. And I just think it would really work. That's my goal. And maybe one day we will reach it if I get everything back situated. And I just hope if somebody hears this that can help, I hope you do help. I would appreciate it. And I would absolutely support you in any way I could, just like this person. I want to say thank you so much. I told the truth. I always tell the truth. Because when you lie, it's going to come back to bite you. It always is. It always is. And if you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie. But they were good at lying, and they were good at manipulating, and they were good at finding that soft spot in my heart and just tell me what I wanted to hear. And I fell for it flat on my face. I'm a smart girl. I catch on to things, just like with Blether, just like with Natasha, and so on. And so there was other parts I caught on to, but this is the part I didn't. And I didn't realize that they were deleting people, making people mad at me on purpose, sending stuff from my account, all kinds of crazy shit. They set me up to the 10th degree. I've never seen shit like it. And when I tried to explain myself, well, there was stuff missing. Like, what the fuck? Like, where'd it go? Just weird shit, guys. Really weird. So thank God for text messages, because she had deleted every fucking message she ever sent saying all kinds of crazy shit. But her text messages, they're still on my MCF Facebook account. Anybody that's interested in that, you can go back and look and see the things that she was saying. I mean, I know I'm not perfect and I may have said something wrong or whatever, but I mean, I'm showing it to you guys. So I apologize for anything that may hurt anyone's feelings way back then. And this is crazy. Just to hear this and see that they know now. I knew it would come out one day.
Sounds very familiar to something Lindsay, again, would do, right?
That video, did you put it in? And I guess they done that because that right there they knew would get me for copyrights, But I still, it says in the thing, that you, as long as you have permission, that it's okay. Well, even in the video itself, they were talking about how they were doing it for my birthday. And then in text, I had that they were asking me if I had used it in my edit before our live started. So, it's just really wrong. Really, really wrong. And of course I appealed it because I had permission, Right. But I'm not a lawyer, so whatever. Well, then, a year and a half later, I'm sitting here, I get an email on, this channel, okay? The email that's connected to this channel, I get an email, and it says that my AdSense has now been removed for some kind of click activity, like illegal click activity. I don't even know what that is. And I had not been active in over a year, So how am I clicking anything I'm not supposed to be clicking? I wasn't. So YouTube, I talked to them today, and I'm finally got mourning over my father, or over the house, or over my sibling. Like, all of that stuff was there on me. And then the YouTube thing. Plus, I mean, I have a husband and a daughter, so you've got all that stuff, issues come about. Like, and I was just like in the deepest, darkest depression for a very long time. Like, I couldn't even make myself, sometimes, this is going to sound so absolutely disgusting, I couldn't even make myself get up and take a shower. Girl, I shower. I'm with you. I totally get it. Like, I didn't want to go outside.
Yep, love troll already did.
Granny, if you want me to remove this out of my video, I absolutely will. So thank you. I've subscribed, and I thank you very much, and I'll try to get you some subscribers for this and shout you out. Thank you. I liked it. I also shared it. I'm not going to watch all of it. I may watch it offline because I'm getting ready to go off, you guys. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That just, wow. Yeah. I just thank you. I'm gracious. I'm thankful. I'm humble. And, you know, I'm glad somebody finally hears me because I felt so stomped on. Like, and when I said that this happened or this was told to me, it was. They set me up and I fell face forward in it. I trusted the wrong people. But that's just the thing. They had all these different accounts and would message me from them. It's crazy, crazy shit. You guys would not believe it. I actually should fucking write a book about it, probably. I don't know if anybody would want to read it, but it would be a fucking damn good book, right? So I thank you guys so much, especially those that come back and are still part of my family and still support me. Guys, this channel is not monetized, and I'm actually kind of glad that it isn't. I don't want to hurt nobody or nothing, but I have goals. I have aspirations to help others and to grow our channel, to have better content, to have better everything, right? So if you guys would like to support the growth of our channel, to try to get back on track, to hopefully one day get in those vans, you can support me by my Cash App and Venmo are below. I've told you guys about it before. I don't, but I do appreciate everything. And it will all go towards the channel. It always has. And I thank you very much. I love you guys. I was actually scammed out of all the money I should have made prior. I don't know if people know that as well. There was just a lot of shit. And a lot of shit I didn't talk about. A lot of things that people would be very surprised about. There's still this big YouTuber. He's not from this country. And he still has a huge following. And he still talks about the same old thing all the time. But that's his thing. If he wants to do it, I just find that, there's other things you could move on to. It's just because he don't get views, he's not willing to put in the work to start over again or something. You have to start from the bottom and move up, just like he calls for me. And, maybe karma will knock at the door eventually. You never know. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. And again, Granny, I will gladly remove that on my live if you don't want me to have it on here. But I thank you for that. I've shared it. I've liked it. And I support you. And I thank you for hearing my story because I don't want to see other people done that way. And back then, that's what I was trying to say. I knew it was a pattern. I was already seeing it. Each of them had their own patterns, arguing with this person to cause this and that. Just so much crazy shit. And they knew what they were doing. Thank you, Angela. Angela, would you like to come up for just a second? If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I would just like to hear your voice and just say hi before we get off. If not, we could maybe do it another time. I do have a live set up to discuss all those things that was just discussed. I just don't know what day to make it or what time because I actually want people to come in because it's an important story and it should be heard just like this one. But my algorithm is not very plentiful lately. So, yeah. Details are hidden while you share your screen. Okay. But guys, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for everything. One moment. Let me stop this. Where did those messages go? That's freaking weird. I had somebody message me and then it just totally went away. Maybe it's on Twitter. My bad. Let's go over here and look. You are going to kill me. I should have done been off here. Okay. Are you doing the live now? This is crazy. Guys, this is crazy. What is this? Wow, this is so irresponsible. Anything for clicks, right? The Nate that is tied to Kylie is Nate Hamburchett, 18. He was at the search starting day one. I want to know that one more thing before we go. I want to know what y'all think about this. Have you seen it? And do you think there's any credibility to it? I mean, just let me know. If not, I can put it up on the community post and y'all can let me know tomorrow. I'm going to show you real quick either way. Still here, so why not? We put in the extra hours for sure. SF investigates once again. It says, wow, this is so irresponsible. And again, San Francisco investigates. I thought that's crazy because it's San Francisco hacked. But everything here, it seems like it ties back to something. Like everything's like coincidence in a weird way, even if it doesn't mean anything. Wow, this is so irresponsible. Anything for clicks, right? The Nate that is tied to Kiely is Nate Hamburchett, 18. He was at the search. That's why I didn't want to put it out there who was who, because I didn't know and I didn't want to say which one was which. Search starting day one. This is completely false. Remember, there is a family grieving, like her grandfather has told me. Facts, only facts should be released. Absolutely, SF investigates. I absolutely agree with that 100%. That's why earlier I didn't want to state which Nate was in the photo that I had with Jagger and Kate. But it was definitely said to be one of them, and that is definitely the third person that we were all speculating about and wondering who's the other person. Now my question is this, since Tony Dodge never asked, who were the other two people in the car with Sammy and Kiely? Is that who those people were? Was it that guy with the red shirt that was putting her in a car apparently? Crazy shit we've discovered tonight in my very best opinion. Oh, dang, says Possum Friends. Oh, wow. People are saying they seen a bite mark on Sammy's leg. Well, that's very possible. I showed you guys that photo that was sent in the black and white, and it does appear that there are bruises on her legs. Yeah, I'm MCF. Mysterious Case Files. That's the channel I grew. That's the family I grew. I go by Mysteriously Brittany now. It's kind of stuck, actually, even in my community. And then I recently had made Mysterious Brittany Files, because I thought about growing it back up. But I worked so hard, you guys, and had it literally just taken from me. And I'm not going to lay down any longer. I'm going to fight for what I worked for. I'm not going after anybody. I don't care what they're doing. I have no hard feelings as far as that goes now. It's pretty shitty. I don't want to see them doing that to anybody else. But, and if they are, then that's absolutely awful. I hate that. But I'm just glad to be back, and I want to do the right thing. I want to stay on the straight and narrow path of crime, what I am educated in. But I don't care on the side to talk about things. You guys know. And true crime, there is a lot of drama. And sometimes when I talk about the true crime news, it comes into it, because that's a form of, at times, there's, like I used to say, real crime in true crime. Oh, wow. Because that's something that happens every day. People being taken advantage of, hacked, used, whatever. They embezzle money. Like all my money was gone. I was like, where did it go? Who got it, I wonder. But yeah, I'll leave you guys with that thought until tomorrow. Probably doing earlier in the day live, maybe to discuss these things that we've just touched on. Everybody that is interested in my story and what went on back then, you can definitely join me. I already have a live set up. I moved it to like days in ahead because, nobody was really talking about that live for today. So I moved it. Passenger seat was forward in Kiely's car when they found it. Lean forward. That is very odd. There's so many odd things, guys. It's just absolutely absurd. Like the things Oh, wow. People are saying they've seen a bite mark. But this is Mysteriously Brittany. I'm signing off. I love all of you. If you need me, you know how to reach out to me. My Instagrams, all that stuff, Twitter, everything is in the bio, or you can find it on my channel. I love you guys. Again, we got to get justice for Kiely, because it's clear foul play at this point, like we've all talked about. And that's absolutely unfortunate and so sad. It seems as if this girl thought she had friends, and they were not true friends. And I can relate to that clearly. I mean, not necessarily, obviously, this poor girl, but my heart just absolutely hurts for all of this whole thing. So guys, I love y'all. Try to find something to get your mind off of all the negativity, all the sad stuff that we've went through today. Get your mind clear. That way you can start over tomorrow and have a wonderful day. And I know that we're all like really attached to this and it's really saddening, but you got to try to remember to keep your positive brain going because depression creeps in very easily. I love y'all. Mwah. Mysteriously Brittany, signing off. Toodles.